that were doing like cosplay and stuff, and they're like,
yeah, I saw that. I didn't realize it was controversial. I was just like, oh, it's DOA.
Yeah, I know, right? That's just DOA, but I don't know.
It's the meme. It's like the meme of fighting games. And
although this new one looks really good though.
It's Anime Titty, the fighting game.
Yeah, I did see that like a friend of mine who I follow, King of Fighters was doing a thing, and like they had like booth girls or something, and I was like, okay, that's cool.
Booth babes, back to the 90s.
Yeah. I wanted to go this. I wish
I could be a booth babe.
I want to go to Japan.
You're just the babe.
Fight Japanese people and get bodied. Fight Korean people. I want to fight non-Americans. Damn it, basically.
Aren't non-Americans in fighting games typically like more skilled? I would imagine
Japanese people, or at least the Eastern country, the east part of the world. It's just because it's like they have scenes and they're more tight knit together, so they can get together quicker, easier than most Americans can.
Right.
Most Americans just play online.
I remember once I went to Anime Expo in, I think it was that year was in Long Beach, and I was like, oh cool, Guilty Gear. I remember I love Guilty Gear. So then I sat down and I was playing just the arcade mode, and then like some older gentleman sat down next to me. I'm like, oh cool, like maybe I could like test my skill. And like before that I even like finished that sentence in my brain, the match was over, and I was
bam, yep.
I'm like, did you even like touch the buttons, bro? I'm like, did you even like he didn't even it was like it was insane. So then after that I'm just like, okay, I'm trash at fighting games. It's just I'll just never play publicly again. That's all. Put me in my place, that's for damn sure.
All right.
Got humbled at a very early age.
Alright, I'm streaming and we're live, and hello everyone, welcome to the Charge Shot Games Cast. Each and every week friends gather around and talk about the games they've been playing and the things going on in their lives. Today I got with me Justin.
I'm back.
Oh yeah, you were gone last week. I forgot about that.
Ouch.
No!
You missed me when I'm gone. I'm gonna drink.
He missed you so much you blocked it from his memory.
My memory is just garbage. I told you, I'm gonna get Alzheimer's when I'm old. Today I've got with me, I think his name is Lo.
That's probably his name.
Yeah.
I missed you, Justin. Like, I also remembered that I missed you.
That's why you're a better friend.
That's a good memory to have. And also I got Ben with me.
Spice must flow.
What? Where's that from again? I can't remember.
Oh.
Dune.
Dune? Yeah, that's right.
The Spice Girls movie, I think.
Oh yeah. If we were the Spice Girls, which one would we be?
Justin would be the one who's married to Dave Beckham because he becomes non-existent after a while. Lo would be.
Oh, I'm Ginger Spice.
You are not Ginger Spice.
He has to be Ginger Spice. Look at the hair.
Yeah, like why wouldn't he?
I'm Ginger Spice. I'm the sexy one.
Last time I don't even know who the hell they are.
I'll be Black Spice,
I only know
whatever the hell her name is.
I know Sporty.
That's her name, right?
Ginger. Was there a
Scary
Spice?
Yeah, Scary. There's Scary Spice. That's the black one.
Oh, that's
okay. I wasn't imagining it.
I'd be Black Spice.
It's the one who knows.
I'm thick Spice. There you
go.
I
think that was. I mean, it's not like Sporty Spice is not the thick one, obviously, but like she's the kind of like the bigger one, you know.
There's a bigger. They all look pretty. They weren't. I wouldn't call them any of them.
Well,
big.
no, big. I mean, bigger as in muscly.
That's why her name was Sporty. That's
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, okay.
I'll have to be Baby Spice because I'm the youngest one here.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah, Baby Spice.
Yeah,
Who's the oldest one here? Is that me? I'm the oldest one
here.
Yeah. I always forget that until someone plays, hey, you're the oldest one in the group. Well, like, oh.
Yeah.
Well, it's past my bedtime. I'm going to get going now. And then I, like, hobble away.
It's okay.
At your standing desk because you have back problems.
Yeah.
I'm just going to start trolling the world, and every birthday from now on, I'm just going to add 10 to my age. So when people ask me, it's like, oh, how old are you? I'm 54. And then I'm like,
jeez.
I'm like, no, you're not. I'm like, yeah, Eve, I'm 54.
It's
Like,
okay.
well,
It's
where's
okay,
your
Lo.
ID? I don't know. I lost it. I'm so old. I can't remember where I put my shit. So it's just like, whatever.
All right,
You
guys.
should.
Want to talk about games? Is this something that we should
Nah.
do?
I guess.
I want
Alright.
to talk about
Maybe.
porn.
You
Go
always
ahead.
want to talk about porn.
Talk about porn. Look, listen. I mean, we have our kinks, and I don't shame. That's it.
Uh-huh.
Don't judge.
Mhm.
Don't kink shame, guys.
You know what?
Go
If you're not
Go
kink
ahead.
shaming, I have to kink shame. So I'm kink shaming you.
Is you kink shaming your kink? Because if it's case, I'm not gonna kink shame.
This
Let's
got really confusing really fast.
don't kink shame my kink shame.
I love that Lo
But
is
if your
drinking
kink
a
is
tiny
kink shaming.
fireball and a beer.
Yeah. Yeah, I got to keep up with you guys, man. I got to keep up with all you yuggins with all the alcohol. Alcohol.
All right. Let's start with Justin. What have you been up to?
I was sent home early today because of snow, so I've been drinking since like
Snow
4
day.
p.m. So
Wow.
you know, get on
That's
my
what you
level.
live in a white suburban life right there.
That's what
I
you do
can't-
when it snows.
Yeah, I can't go anywhere, so I just
Yeah.
sit at home
That's
and
what I would
drink.
do.
But no, I was actually drinking and playing Mortal Kombat Armageddon.
Mm-hmm.
So Ben would probably say that you have to drink to get through that game.
You shouldn't even play it at all. You can play the other two and have a better time. And
Wow.
those games are still bad.
Well, the reason I chose that one is because it's just footage.
Oh, okay.
So like
Mhm.
that's the one that's most all encompassing of that era of Mortal Kombat.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah.
Yeah. It's not the best one of the three. I'll totally admit that.
Oh no.
But it has everything in it that I want to show off.
Multitasking.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, so I was playing a little bit of that, and I forgot how much they simplified the fighting in that game.
Because of how many characters. That's why.
Right. So like each one, I mean, they only have one fighting mode and the weapons, which is fine because I never really liked the two fighting modes because they feel the same. I know they're not, like, if you actually know what those different fighting styles are, blah blah blah. But the point is, like with those games, you just care about their physical attacks, their weapon attacks, and their special attacks. That's really it. So having two different fighting styles to choose between isn't necessary. But they also majorly simplified the special attacks. Each character has like maybe 4 or 5. And a few of them have mostly useless ones. Like just kind of like dodge attacks and then like maybe one actual like, ranged shot type
Special
attack.
move.
Yeah. So like Cyrax, for example, he's always been known for like his bombs, his net, his
Teleportation.
yeah, all those things. In Armageddon, he has 2 bombs, like the close range and long range, and then the chest saw and the teleport.
No
That's pretty
nets?
much it. No net.
That's weird.
Like his main move, he doesn't have.
That's odd.
So
That's
it's
like taking away Ryu's Hadouken.
yeah.
That
little
move
things
is
like that.
infamous. Whoa, 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 whoa. When you get caught in Mortal Kombat 3.
Mm-hmm.
Right. It's great. So it's like, yeah, I'm enjoying the game, like the content in the game itself. But man, they've really stripped some of those characters.
That sucks.
But yeah, I gotta play some. I gotta reinstall Mortal Kombat, whatever, some of that to compare.
Mhm.
But it was easier to do Armageddon because it's on my computer. Aside from that, I've done some more Kingdom Hearts. I know it's been a few weeks. I'll try to kind of stay on task. Played some more Kingdom Hearts. I got into the Frozen world, and it's very long. It's not a bad world. It's actually very visually interesting, but a lot of it takes place at night, and you're supposed to be still finding like the hidden Mickey, the lucky emblems, I think they're called. But it's dark and like everything looks the same because it's like an ice castle that you're stuck in at the beginning of that, and it's just not very interesting. It's very linear. And when you do get the map, you see that it's just like literally a vertical thing. So the map is just like the same like rooms stacked on top of each other. So you can't even understand where you are on the map.
I hate maps like that.
Yeah, it needs to be like Metroid Prime style, where it's actually like 3D and you can see the stories on top of each other. But it's not.
At least have it
And-
change with each floor you're on, at
Right.
least.
It does that to an extent, but you're still like you're kind of going up tiers before it goes to the next floor itself.
Mm.
And then it's pretty much just going down hallways, and then like a room full of enemies shows up. You take them out, and then move on to the next hallway. Like it's not an interesting section,
Oh.
and it almost feels like it wasn't actually in the Frozen world. This is like one of the organization members kind of creates this like ice temple, similar to Elsa's castle in the movie. But she creates this ice temple, and it's got like the organization like upside down symbol all over it, and it feels like it was supposed to be like maybe the Castle Oblivion or something,
Hmm.
and they just shoved it into this world and made it out of ice instead. Like there's no reason it really has to be an ice temple,
Quick,
Awesome.
Tim, put ice textures on this. We're running out of time.
Right, exactly. You have to get this game out tomorrow, Tim.
My name's not Tim.
Shut up, Eric.
At least you're not Randy.
Yeah.
Is that a
Don't
Tim
be
and Eric
Randy.
reference? I just noticed that.
Oh, I don't even. I
Yeah,
guess.
that's funny.
Oh, I
So-
thought that was on purpose. I was gonna say,
Subconsciously made it.
Wow.
I've never watched that.
We-
Yeah, it totally was. Edit out all that other stuff. But yeah, so you get out of that, and then like the actual kind of story picks up from there. Because like this beginning part's literally just like you see Elsa and you're like chasing after her, and then like this organization member steps in the way and like creates this castle and you're stuck. Like it's not even the Frozen world yet, really.
Hmm.
You're not
So you
letting
get out
it
of
go
that.
yet?
What?
You're not letting it go yet?
No. You get out of that, you kind of stumble into the other characters, and then they let it go. They play the entire song.
Good.
Oh.
They have
Really?
to.
Complete
Of
with her
course.
creating the castle and all of that. Like it looks like it's right out of the movie, except it's the Kingdom Hearts graphics instead. So basically,
believe it.
faithfully recreated the song.
I believe it.
I gotta
Yeah.
look up a comparison of that. That sounds awesome.
It actually is very visually impressive, but
Hmm.
we didn't need the entire song in there.
Hey man, Let It Go is a great song.
It's not Atlantica. Like we don't need a musical world.
But
Um,
if you're gonna do a world with Frozen, like you have to have the whole song in there.
I guess they didn't have
Do
the
you-
music for Tangled.
Who
Tangled
cares?
doesn't have like
No one's watched
well,
Tangled, man.
I think Let It Go was just so like it just blew up so
yeah, it's
big
yeah.
and so quickly. They were like, oh, we have to put the whole thing in the game. Just do it for
Yeah.
the fans. Do
I
it for the
guess.
fans,
Tangled's
man."
got a good song in it, but it's not as catchy or as like very good as Let It Go.
But that's not the only song in the world.
Right.
I
They
mean,
basically make this the musical world.
aw,
So later, like I said, it kind of gets into the story and stuff, and then like Anna starts like describing like what happened between her and Elsa,
Oh,
and it's this terrible scene of I don't even care about spoilers anymore. The game's been out for like almost a month now. Deal with it.
oh no.
Whatever, man.
So, and it's just for this world because you kind of have to explain this.
I
stuff.
mean, spoilers for Kingdom Hearts. Like, how can you
But I'm
spoil
not even that far. Like I guarantee anyone that cares about the game is further than I am.
Right.
But yeah, so there's this really awkward scene where she's like basically expositing, I think that's the word, the history of her and Elsa, like the beginning of the movie essentially.
Hmm.
But if you have captions on, you see her captions, and then it's also the "Do You Want to Build a Snowman" song playing while she's explaining this. So it's two sets of captions. Her dialogue and
Oh, no.
and the song
Oh, no.
both mixed to the same volume.
Oh dear.
It's
Oh.
a mess.
Oh,
I
oh,
hate
sorry.
it. I hate it so much
Wow.
Why?
because we know the song. It doesn't need to be that loud,
Like, if you're gonna do
Right.
that, like, you have to make it a good mix. Like,
right?
It was
Make
a
it
bug or
the
something.
song in the background while she talks to you.
Yeah, it's really bad,
Oh my god.
and it's just to put the song in there.
Mhm.
Like that's the example of like how shoehorned these songs.
What's
feel.
what's great about if you want you want to build a snowman is that it gives you the exposition of what happens between them without like explicitly stating what happened.
Yeah. Yeah, if you can find like a YouTube video of just the scene, look it up because it is like an offense to the ears.
Wow.
I wonder if it was a bug or if they just like were just strapped for time and nobody got to it or something.
They could patch it. They could fix it.
Because those audio bugs, those
They
happen
won't.
sometimes. Sometimes,
No, I mean
like,
it's supposed to be like that. Like that's how
Oh,
it's. Yeah.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's like
Gotcha.
it's the visuals from Do You Want to Build a Snowman with her like exposition dialogue over it, talking about like basically the whole beginning of the movie.
That
Man.
is so strange. That just
Yeah.
seems like a really weird like choice for.
Because my friend was watching me play. Like he was over for his birthday on Monday, and so Tuesday morning he's like, "Yeah, you want to play some Kingdom Hearts?" Like, because I told him I was at the Frozen World, and he warned me. He's like, "One of the songs feels really shoehorned in. You'll know it when you see it." And I did that part after he left, but yeah,
Oh,
I knew
yeah.
exactly at that point that that's what he was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so I finished that and then moved on. But there's a really weird part where you have to like find the parts of Olaf and put him back together, and it feels like one of those dumb little mobile game things that you have to do, like just to pad time.
Oh no.
And it's kind of funny because like you have 3 parts of him to find, and you can find the wrong parts, and he still puts himself together, and they just have dialogue about how it's wrong. Like that's actually pretty fun, but
Okay.
the whole sequence is kind of clunky and awkward.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. So far, I am not terribly impressed with Kingdom Hearts 3.
That's unfortunate.
The game, and I'm not the only
overall,
one that
like,
thinks that. Like a lot of people have been saying that it's their least favorite Kingdom Hearts game. And yeah,
Wow.
there's 14 years of build-up. Like I get it,
Yeah.
but it's mostly just like there's been so many other games in the meantime, and they all play like Kingdom Hearts, but have really like well-built worlds, and like the choices they made make sense with the story they're trying to tell. This feels like if they just wanted to put in the most popular, like more current movies, and then shoehorn story things into them.
Sounds like a lot of fan service.
Is it
Yeah.
worse than
No.
Chain of Memories or whatever?
No, I'm not
Okay.
saying it's my least favorite Kingdom Hearts game. I'm just saying I'm not terribly enjoying the worlds they chose
All right.
and the stuff they have you do in them.
Because yeah,
Because they
Chain
just
of,
feel like they fit a mold.
yeah, Chain of Memories was my breaking point. Like
That's the second one.
I know
Yeah.
it was my breaking point.
It's better than me. The first one was my breaking. Like fuck this.
I made it through the first one, and then I was like, all right, you know what? Everyone says the
Bless
second
you,
one's
child.
good. I'm
Bless
gonna
you.
try it, but then I played Chain of Memories, and I was so mad.
Did you play Chain of Memory, like the 3D version of Chain of Memories, or did you play it on the Game Boy
The
Advance?
latest version of it, the recoded, I
Okay.
think, or something.
That's a different game.
Yeah, whatever. It's the card one, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's the one.
but I'm saying like it was originally a Game Boy Advance game.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
played the
They
PS3
ported
version
it
of
to
it.
PS2,
Yeah,
and then it was on that collection on PS3.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it wasn't a terrible game on Game Boy Advance. I'll say that because it was built for that system. When they made it 3D, it was like the way you like explore the levels became really awkward
Yeah.
because suddenly it's a 3D field instead of just like an isometric top-down view,
Mhm.
and so it just became not fun.
Yep.
It's not a great game anyway,
No.
but the 3D did it no favors.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so yeah, like for example, at the end of the Monsters Inc. world, basically you get this big exposition dump, and it's actually pretty interesting. But it's like the whole Monsters Inc. world didn't really have any of that exposition leading up to it.
Mm.
It was just kind of like chasing around characters and like fighting with Sully and Mike.
Mm.
And then like you beat the final enemy or final boss, and then there's just like, oh, here's the story while you're still in Monsters Inc. world.
Man, that's a shame.
It's not like organically, like strewn throughout or whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, it plays really well. Like it's fun, but then they just give dump after dump of like rooms full of enemies, and so by the time you actually get to the end of that world, you're kind of burnt out on it.
Oh.
Is it weird? Is it weird to say that it feels like it's a rushed game?
It kind of does.
Oh wow.
It feels like everything else Square has put out recently, like Final Fantasy 15. Good concepts, rushed execution.
Interesting. Especially considering how long it actually took to develop,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it changed hands so many times.
Yep.
Like I guarantee it was an earnest development for probably 4
That's
years.
true.
Same with
Yeah.
15. Like they had the same exact issues.
Exactly. they need to get their management under control and put out a good game again.
Meanwhile, Monolith Soft just punched out 3 games in the past 5 years. Just saying, Square.
Yeah.
And half the employees. Just saying, Square. Yes, I'm throwing shade.
Exactly. It's a management issue. That's what I'm saying.
Yep.
Xenoblade boys for life.
Aside from those, they're kind of the high-profile ones. My friends played a little bit more Smash over the birthday event early in the week. Because I had Tuesday off this week, so we had a little birthday party Monday night, which was fun.
Yeah.
I got to play some more Piranha Plant, and he's tricky, but he's really cool. I like him a lot.
Okay.
Like a lot of his moves require like kind of foresight. So like for example, his neutral B is like he shoots the ball up in the air, and then like it drops back down, and you can kind of aim it as it's coming back down because he uses air to shoot it up in the air. But it has to shoot up, and then you can direct to the arc of it going down.
He's awesome.
Yeah, sure. And like his down B, you hold it, like you hold down B, and you can kind of like turn the pot in a direction. But once you choose your direction, you can't cancel it. So he just shoots out really far in one direction.
Oh, okay.
But you have to have some time to prepare that. His side B is like a kind of a poison gas cloud. But if you hold it for too long, it just fizzles out and you do nothing. And he's vulnerable while you hold it. So like little things like that. Like he's a surprisingly tricky character.
Yeah.
Interesting.
His recovery is effing stupid, though.
I love it. It's so goofy.
Jesus. Like, yeah, it's goofy, but like, my God, like, it's godlike.
Yeah,
Like, you
it
obviously
really is.
like, whatever, I'll dance out here, fine. It's just upbeat, bam, you're safe. No, you don't even need to jump again.
He's a broken little helicopter. He could use some balancing, that's for sure. But he's a lot of fun.
He's not broken, but that like Rob to me has the better recovery out of them. But like it's like when I first saw it, I'm like, are you serious? Really? Okay, fine. And then I just Shoryuken and he died.
Yeah. Let's see. We've played some more Apex Legends, but I feel like you guys probably talked about that enough last week. I really enjoyed that game though.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good game. I don't feel like we can talk about it too much, considering, I don't know. But, I don't know.
Did we sign an NDA from EA or something? Like, I'm just...
How did what? It's a game that's released.
I mean, like, can I be gay in that game? Do I get to choose?
Oh, yeah, there was a thing about 2 of the
Yeah,
characters
it's
being
like
gay or something.
Because of course, there's multiple LGBT characters in the game. Cool.
That's cool.
Okay.
Good for them. Like,
Like
I feel like that's the kind of thing where it's like, oh, by the way, this character is this character is bisexual, this character is gay, or this character is this or that. Like, I'm personally I don't mean offense to anybody, from who is any or who are any of those things, but with me personally, when it's like when they just like add these like random like details to these characters, I'm just like, okay, like whatever.
Yeah.
Like I don't care.
like, if you're not fleshing out your character so that that's a trait, then what's the point mentioning it?
For
Right.
fan fiction purposes.
I guess
It's like saying like, oh, Nathan Drake has OCD. By the way, I'm like, all right, I don't give a shit. Like,
No, that's a psychopath.
like it's on that same level for me personally.
Yeah,
It's just
right.
like, whatever. Like, I don't
like
care.
Yoshi's a tax evader. Like, okay, cool, sure.
Yeah.
Chun-Li likes tall blonde dudes.
Yeah. There you go. Like it's on that same level for me.
Wait, is she
But,
into
like,
Ken?
I get it that there's people out there that are like,
Yeah, she
yeah,
does,
like
yeah.
there's this character that represents me, you know what I mean? Like, oh yeah, this character, like, oh, it represents me and all that kind of stuff. But it's like,
Yeah.
me personally, I was never really about that kind of thing. Like,
Yeah, we
even
all play for
when-
different reasons.
like
Like,
even
we-
like back in the day, I wasn't the kid being like, man, there's not enough black characters in video games. There should be more. They should put more main black characters in games. It was more like, oh, cool, this game has character creation. I can make a black character and have him be the main character. That's neat. But then other than that, I'm just like, oh, this is the main character? Cool. Can I put a helmet on him? Neat. Cool. I'll put a helmet on him. he looks like whatever, But I don't know. Like, it's cool that they're doing that and they're being inclusive. But at the same time, it's just like, all right, well, I mean, all right, guys, cool. You're just checking boxes after a certain point,
Right. Like to me, it's not the issue of inclusion. Like, great, do you? But it's like if you had no character development, like if there's no reason for the character to have a personality, then it doesn't matter anything what they are because they're never going to talk about it in the game.
It's a multiplayer only game. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like how like the Harry Potter universe, like J.K. Rowling's gotten in trouble multiple times because one, she said, "Oh yeah, there were definitely gay characters at Hogwarts." Okay, but also like, you know, they established the whole thing that like Dumbledore was gay with, and like there was like he had a relationship with Grindelwald and all that stuff, and then like there was a news article out that was like they're not going to touch on that aspect of those characters in the Crimes of Grindelwald movie. And they're because it's like it's not the story they're trying to tell, and everyone got up in arms. They're like, "Well, why would you make him gay if you're not going to talk about it in the movie?" Like blah 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 blah. So it's like it becomes a sticking point then, because it's like you establish this trait about them, but then you don't do anything about it, and so it's like it's the representation means nothing basically.
Yeah,
exactly. You're just doing it just for the sake of doing it.
Yeah.
And it's just really blatant, especially because, like I said, it's a multiplayer only game. Who the fuck cares like about like this character? Like, cool if you have like a little paragraph telling you his background or whatever. Like, it's like, oh, this character, you grew up like on the streets, like you learned everything, like all that kind of shit. But it's just like I don't know. After a certain point, it's just like whatever. If it's like a story based game, something like that, cool, yeah. You just like provide all the details you want. But if it's something like this,
like
it's
Ellie
just
in The Last of Us.
Yeah, exactly. But like, I don't know. It's silly.
Yeah, even in Overwatch, it's better because at least that has like cinematics and things that flesh out those characters.
Those mini movies.
Yeah, this has nothing. I mean, there's actually a pretty cool like animated intro to the game, which I really like, but it doesn't give you any insight into the characters. It just looks cool.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so we've been playing Apex Legends.
Whoops.
It's really good. We're not good at it. Our squad needs some polish.
We're getting there.
But we're good at surviving. We're just not good once actual firefighting.
That's the point of a battle royale game. You got to survive. You don't have to kill everybody. You just have to be the last one standing.
No,
one guy.
One of our first games, we got second place.
Nice.
But we didn't kill anyone.
Yeah,
I mean, that's how I... Oh, go ahead.
I like to try and be good at the game. Like, I like to try and jump in, learn how the guns work. But these guys just like, no, let's just survive. I'm like, what's the point? We can't kill anybody. We'll never win.
I mean, my only Fortnite Battle Royale win was like literally me standing out in the in the back somewhere and then just not doing anything. Just like, okay, if you come to me, I'm prepared. And then and next thing you know, victory Battle Royale. I'm like, I won? Yeah, awesome.
Because you've gotten so buffed by the end, and they've been weakened by all their shenanigans. You just pick them up again.
You gotta play smart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta lose 100 rounds to win one round.
You hide underneath the ring, Thomas. That's how you win.
No.
Something about like weak birds and food or something. What is it? Like
what?
What?
The second bird gets the worm or something. I don't know.
Early bird gets the worm.
Kill two birds with one stone. I don't know.
The pigeon's gonna fuck your mouth if you keep it open. I don't know.
But the
grasshopper eats all its food, and the ant stores all the food.
Is worth two in the bush.
I've never heard of that. What the fuck?
A bird in the hand is worth two in the bush.
Nah, man, I'm Mexican. We got our own phrases.
You guys never heard the story of the grasshopper and I think it's the ant or something?
Grasshopper and the
grasshopper. What is this white nonsense going on? Jesus Christ.
Oh, you guys don't have winters down there, so of course it doesn't matter. Like, of course you never heard of it.
I heard of it. There was a Disney cartoon based on it. That's how I know that shit.
Bug's Life?
It was like a really old like Disney short. It was
I know what you're talking about.
Grasshopper and the ant.
Yeah.
And the grasshopper sounded like fucking Goofy, and it would trip me out. I'm like, why the fuck is Goofy a grasshopper? I think it was black and white. I'm pretty sure that's how old this shit is. It was just still in black and white. But.
Essentially, the story of the grasshopper and the ant is that the ant stores food, grasshopper eats all his food, and dies in the winter.
Right. But in the cartoon, they can't have him die, so they have the ants invite him in, and like, oh, okay, well, you learned your lesson. It's like, did he though?
No, he didn't.
Yeah,
he ate all the ants' food.
You nailed it. That's the idea. You hoard everything, and then someone comes to you for help, and you shoot them in the face.
Yeah, and then you take their shit.
Yeah. That's the American way, right?
Yeah.
you weaken everyone else while you're up at the top, and then when they need you, you can kill them.
Yeah, Thomas. I mean, we both climbed that ladder, and then I shove you off through a table. That's how it works.
All right.
Yeah, we played Apex Legends, and I'm just gonna keep going back to that. And I also jumped back into Titanfall 2 because I'm weak, and Apex Legends plays real good. Titanfall 2 is still a very good game. I had intended to go back to it a long time ago, but like I got to a certain point, and then I think like my computer died or something, and I had to restart everything, and I lost my progress when I got back in, even though Origin has saves, cloud saves, but it's a garbage service, so you know they didn't work. So I had to start over, and I was like, whatever, I'm just going to start over. I wasn't that far in. So I finally got past the point where I was originally. And like basically the next thing I had to do, like after the point I was stuck on, was like a weird, like just survive for a certain amount of time mission, which I didn't really like at all.
That was dumb. I didn't like that part either. It's just stupid. I think I know you like hit the valve thing. It's like, oh, well, it's this 20%. And there's a bunch of dudes coming at you, and the
like all those bugs that explode.
Yeah, that part wasn't any good.
That part was stupid. I remember too.
Yeah.
I think that's the only part that's like that too. Is the thing. The only part about that I didn't like was that there was like a dialogue option where you could tell BT just to fucking shoot, and then he's like, "Oh no, I don't want to put you in danger." I'm like, man.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Why'd you give it the option then? Why'd you give it the option? Respawn.
It's the perception of choice.
Yeah.
But they know you're going to die once on that point, and they only gave you 2 dialogue options, so you're going to see everything he has to say and know that you have the only option is to do it yourself anyway.
Right. I don't know. It could have done something where it's like, oh well, I'll only take a shot if it's if the risk to the pilot is minimal or something like that. He's a freaking AI robot, advanced shit thing. You can't like aim. Like it's not like anywhere you shoot, you're gonna fucking hit me, BT. Come on. But anyways, I didn't like that part at all. You have to like move around. I think it kind of like forces you to have to like wall run and double jump around and shit to avoid like
it does.
Thing. But
you're too busy like maneuvering, being a cool guy to actually like hit anyone.
Right. I mean, you can aim like while you're like wall running and jumping and shit, but you're moving pretty fucking fast too. Yeah. If you like after hitting a couple of walls in a row, which is like I don't know, it was a weird part.
And there's a pit over you, so if you go around too much, you're gonna fall into the pit.
Was the house assembly level after that one?
I don't know what that is.
Okay.
That's the next part, I believe. Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. Justin,
like I beat it, and then it was like a light at the end of the tunnel, and I was like, "No, I'm good." That kind of ruined it for me.
All right.
But I'll get back in. I needed a break after that.
Yeah, just the house assembly level is really damn good. It's really creative.
It's really well put together.
Yeah, the design of that level is great. You'll love it.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm excited to jump back in. I might end up having some time this weekend because we're going to take a trip to IKEA. But it's snowing out, and it's supposed to continue tomorrow. Yeah. So we have a 3-day weekend and probably won't do anything.
Oh, yeah, we have holiday.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Frustrating. You would forget about President's Day. You don't even know what a president is.
Oh, no, we have Family Day.
What?
Yes. We have a day that cares about family.
King, or is it an emperor? Or like
it's a prime minister.
Prime minister, that's it. I knew it was.
Yeah, the man who I wanted to be my sugar daddy.
Yeah. Justin Trudeau.
Yeah. Deadass. Anyways.
The Canadians don't like him. I don't know why. Canadian government sucks right now. But anyways.
No more than American government does.
So are you finished with your gaming?
Yeah, pretty much. I've been playing some PS1 games as I'm getting ready for an upcoming video, but I'm not going to talk about those. I'm just excited to work on that with my friend Possum Gamer, who I want to have on here someday.
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
why haven't we asked before?
Okay.
I don't. He goes through phases of like not doing things, so we got to catch him at a good time. But yeah, we definitely need to have him on sometime.
Got to put him in a cage.
Like put out the invite when you see him around.
Yeah, we'll be able to promote the video together then.
Yes.
Perfect.
Lo, what have you been up to?
What have I been up to? Let's see. I have been playing. Oh, I got into Axiom Verge earlier this week. I played the first like hour of it. I like what I'm seeing so far. It's really it's cool. I like it a lot. And that's really all I can really say. Like I'm playing this game and I'm like, like it's first of all, it's really impressive to me that one person had made this game.
Right?
And yeah, absolutely. And it's also impressive to me how well it encapsulates. How, now I don't know what the word is. How well it captures that sort of the look and the feel, like that kind of old school, like Metroidvania kind of deal. And it's really neat. And there's like, just even like down to the controls. And again, this is one of those games where like you have to play with the gamepad. If you're playing with mouse and keyboard, it's like, I guess, but
you're
like
gonna have a bad time.
Yeah.
Right. I heard that they're not bad, like the controls, but it's like, why? Like, I mean, that's not the kind of game that you're playing, dude. Come on.
Yeah.
But
it feels like it should have been on like the Sega Genesis. Like Sega's take on Super Metroid.
Yeah. Just the way the color palettes are and everything like that, and just like even to right down to the sound and the audio and stuff. And it's just really well done, and I like it a lot. But yeah, like I said, I played the first hour of it, so like it was definitely like the introductory sort of hour. I'm like, oh, this isn't too hard, but I'm pretty sure it'll right as soon as I load up that.
Right before you know, buddy.
It's gonna get
the first boss. It's just gonna go up from there.
First boss did feel a little easy. It's like, hey, this is the first boss. I'm gonna try to kill you now. I'm gonna be really predictable and just be careful. Don't be stupid, and you'll win. Cool.
They do have fairly predictable routines. I'll say that. They're just tough.
It seemed like they just kind of like throw more routines at you and like different like hitboxes and things like that. You have to shoot like a certain part of them, things like that. But I'm having a lot of fun with that so far. I'm glad I was able to pick that up from the Epic launcher or the Epic store rather. But what I actually did was I set it to where I can actually launch it through Steam, so I don't have to even like go into the Epic launcher. I just figured out where the shortcut for it was, and I just added it in Steam. But yeah, there was that. I've also jumped back into Titanfall 2 because just Apex is like, hey, Titanfall 2, it's a game, it's a thing, there's robots in it. I'm like, okay, cool, sweet.
Yeah, I didn't realize at first that all the guns at Apex are like from Titanfall.
Yep.
They are.
The names that was kind of cool to learn.
At first I was like, these names sound really familiar, and I don't know why. Then I started playing Titanfall 2 again. I was like, oh, that's why they sound familiar. Okay, cool.
Shared universe.
Yep. So, but yeah, I don't want to talk too much more about that because I know Justin's playing it. But I think, because I remember, because you said something, I think it was either earlier this week or last week about Respawn. Just how it would be nice if they were to like make like a Metroid Prime type of game. I feel like
their own IP. I think I don't necessarily want them to take Metroid, but
just like that kind of genre, something like that. But I feel like the more you get into this story, the more you're kind of like you're gonna double down on like wanting that because this is like my second run through of the story, and I'm hitting these moments. I'm like, that would be cool if they made a game like that. Oh yeah, this kind of mechanic would be really cool. That kind of thing. So but yeah,
do you get? I don't care if it's a spoiler. Do you get like new abilities as you go, or is it more just kind of mission based, like that feel?
You get different loadouts and stuff for your Titan as you go along, but those are just different guns and moves and stuff. But there is one
ability that gets you around to do two.
There's one mission where you get one particular piece of equipment that introduces a new mechanic that is really, really freaking cool, but it's just for that one level.
It's very specific.
It's very specific, and you'll know when you get there.
But it still kind of evokes that idea of like giving you new abilities as you go. Because I mentioned it like with the double jump, like that ability comes on at a certain point when you need it in that mission. Like, man, it'd be cool if you just like found this in the field.
Yeah, it's not like and it's not like an RPG. It's more of a shooter. But goddamn, that would be amazing if they made an RPG.
Yeah,
that would be
just
cool.
That same engine, but more of an open world like exploration type thing.
Yeah,
that'd be awesome. Yeah,
like I think Titanfall 3 could go that direction because Titanfall 1 was just a shooter. Titanfall 2 introduced a story and some really cool like puzzle mechanics, but it's still just a shooter. for Titanfall, and a lot of people have said like the areas that like are the more puzzly kind of like sneak around enemy sections are the best parts of that story. So lean into that stuff for Titanfall 3.
Yeah, I mean they definitely got the level design down. Like, and you'll see that as you progress through the story. It's just like, wow, like somebody sat down and they like, or a group of people rather, they sat down and they like dreamed all this stuff up and they like put it together. And there's all these like moving parts and shit, like literally, and it all like comes together and then it works really well. So it'd be really neat to see them explore that universe in more of that sort of aspect, to where it's like it required you to like actually look around instead of like running through a really nice looking set piece and just like shooting people on the way there, like, which is nice and everything, but I like to, especially with Titanfall, it just seems like a universe you'd want to explore a little bit more. But,
yeah, and since everything now is open world, I think that'd be a logical next step for it.
Yeah, and I'm sure they can do the larger maps. No problem, because it seems like they have the optimization thing like down to a T. It seems like. So, but yeah, that'd be really cool. But yeah, you'll see more.
Apex was kind of a test of that. Like that is a fairly large map with all the people on it.
Yeah.
If they use that same idea, just like Metroid Prime is not one huge map; it's multiple areas, like that all have the kind of climates and everything, and you go like from area to area, and it loads just that whole area, and even the doors like load the next area. When I say area a lot, load the next location while the door is, opening.
Yeah.
So they could even hide things like that way. But you never see a loading screen.
Yeah, that is one of the things, like, when we're playing Apex, I'm like, man, it'd be really cool to, like, explore all this stuff with, like, the jump pack from Titanfall or whatever. That'd be really neat. But yeah. Just to kind of reaffirm just what you were saying. It'd be cool if they were to explore that type of genre with especially with that engine, because it seems like this just, like, they're just, especially with Apex, it seems like it's just a little bit more like sort of refined and things like that. As far as like the shooting feels pretty tight and everything like that. It's just, I don't know. It's but yeah, just blending into that. It's like Justin said, we did play some Apex. I did a little more damage this time. I didn't really get any kills. I think I knocked someone down, but I didn't actually get a kill yet. But yeah, that's still fun. It's actually, it's usually by this time with other Battle Royale games, this is where I would be at the point I'm like, okay, I don't need to play this anymore. I'm good. But with the Apex, it's like, okay, well, I learned a little bit of something from the last one, so let's apply that to the next round. So, still a fun game. And, if there's anyone out there listening who hasn't tried it yet, try it. It's free. It's free to play. And what else have I been playing this week? It's a bunch of more Warframe, just grinding up materials and things like that. I did play a little bit of Yakuza 0 over the week, because there was they did patch the game. They are still supporting the game, which interestingly enough, they just added some quality of life stuff, just a couple like performance improvements, but they did add an FOV slider, which is interesting. Because I remember Thomas was like, "Oh, that was a weird thing to add to a game like that." I was like, "That is kind of a weird thing to add, because it's a third-person beat-'em-up game, but it's like, why would you want like a FOV slider?" So I jumped in the game, and then I took a screenshot, just standard FOV, just as it was, and then I popped into the settings, turned up the FOV, and it actually looks pretty neat, with a higher FOV. There's just like more stuff. You can just see more around you and shit like that. It's just pretty cool. The game runs a little bit smoother too, so that's nice. I also progressed a little bit. I'm on chapter 7 now, I think. So I'm back playing as Majima.
Nice.
And he's hiding out with the
No spoilers! No spoilers, please! No spoilers! I'm a sinner.
My bad. I'm usually pretty good at not spoiling stuff.
Did you unlock Majima's side business or no?
I think I'm about to.
Okay.
I have a feeling like I'm about to.
All right.
Cause yeah. I'll just say that, cause it's just so easy for me to just get sidetracked in that game. It's like I'm gonna run around and beat people up. Because it's just so much fun, especially just with the different fighting styles. You can like switch. They make it pretty like smooth being able to switch between them and stuff like that. Because it's like, okay, I'm gonna switch to rush style, get some combos in, this, that, blah blah blah, and then switch over to like brawler.
Switch over to the wrestling style. Do some power drivers.
literally go in beast mode. I love beast mode. Like whenever people are pissing me off, I'll switch into beast mode. I'm like, fuck you guys. I'm just gonna throw everyone, especially the heat actions for beast mode. Oh my god. The one where he takes the dude and he like spins around, like just throws him into everybody else. Oh, it's awesome. But
my favorite one is that he just takes the guy and pile drives his head right into the ground, and he's not dead.
I know, right? Oh, I love this game. That's the thing. You can just like totally just wreck the shit out of everyone. You can just hit them with baseball.
And they don't die.
All this kind of stuff.
Somehow they don't die.
After they're just like, oh man, that dude, he beat us up real good. Like, dude, you should be dead.
I said this before, but
I
said this before in 6, but you can actually just microwave a dude's face in a microwave, and he's still alive.
He's just cool. It's just cartoon violence. It's amazing. It's a lot of fun though.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Anything else I've been playing? No, yeah, that's all I've been playing this week.
All right, Ben, what are you up to?
So I don't want everybody to crucify me yet because I didn't bring it up last week, but I played Resident Evil 6. I played it. Listen.
Where's the mute button?
Listen.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
Oh my!
I'll listen to you, man. I'll listen enough for all three of us.
I actually do have to go to the bathroom. I wasn't just making fun of you.
So like I got it for free. I was part of that cult of personality where like I never played the game and I assumed it was garbage.
It is.
And like, well, I'm in a Resident Evil type of mood because Resident Evil 2's out and watching everybody get freaked out by Mr. X. I really don't want to play 1 right now. I want to play something where like I can kick ass some zombies. So I figured I played Resident Evil 4 a lot, and I'm waiting for the Switch version to come out for that one to go that trip again. So let me just download RE6. And like, it's not great by any means. The biggest problem I have. Well, I actually haven't experienced a lot of jank, at least not my playthrough. The biggest problem I have with it is how close the camera is. Like it's way too close. Like for especially how like if it was like, granted, I've only played Leon's campaign. I've only done the first chapter, or Lena/Helena's chapter. Which by the way, I legit thought it was Chun-Li for a minute because it's the same voice actors, and I saw like. Just a brunette with short hair. I'm like, Chun, is that? You're like, no, it's not. It's not Chun, but it's the same voice actors. Like, man, look, listen. I can't hand out any awards in the game yet, but there was like a satisfaction I got when like I was just mowing down zombies and like. I played as Helena because I figured, well, fuck Leon, you know. Like I played as you already, so let me just play as her. Just like she like does her Karanas to zombies. She'll like elbow drop zombies. I'm like, yeah, I feel like a badass. There's like a cool train section. There's like a moment where you're walled up in like this gun store and you got all these crazy infected things coming at you and you're just like bam, bam, just shooting. And it's like, granted, it's not Resident Evil. This is not what people want a Resident Evil for. And I can totally understand if you were disappointed. And that being said, like I had fun with what I played. Like it's not terrible. I'm like, granted, this is only the first chapter and it's only the first like story I'm playing, so that my opinion can change overall as I go through. But for what little I played, again, I got it for free, so maybe I'm taking that. It's not bad. It's not the best thing I ever played, but like you know, if you wanted to, to me, I see it as this way. Like if I grew up playing Resident Evil, right? Start the first one. In the first 3, you're running away from zombies because you're a bitch or whatever. You don't have enough ammunition. 4, you finally get some retribution. 5, you get some more retribution. 6 is like the ultimate, like, okay, fuck you. I'm tired of running. Let's do this. You know, mowing these assholes down. But I love how, like, Capcom knew what they were getting with this one. Because, like, it's an action movie. Like, it's straight up, like, the camera angles are constantly shifting. And, like, zoom-ins, I'm like, okay, you know what you want out of this. You weren't trying to mislead anybody. You know, like, again, if you were disappointed with it from when it first came out, totally respect that. All right, I respect your opinion. That being said, it's my opinion. I'm not going to call it the greatest thing ever, but it was fun. And isn't that why we play video games? Is to have a good time? If you
No.
have a good time, that's
Video
what
games
we
are serious business.
Yeah.
yeah. So I'm gonna keep playing more of it, but there's another game that I'm gonna talk about in a minute that's kind of consumed my life.
Just real quick, I want to ask you, you're playing on PC, right?
Yeah, I'm playing PC. Yeah.
So, for the camera thing, apparently there's an option to change the field of view. I don't know. It's not really affecting the camera distance per se, but maybe try playing around with that setting. That might.
Okay. Well, it's just more how it's not necessarily field of view. It's just like how close it is to the shoulder.
It'll help with
like
that.
That's my biggest problem with it, and I've gotten snuck up a couple of times. On enemies and died a couple of times, but like there's no penalty for dying. Like,
this is like your angle of view, so it's like you're technically able to see a little bit more on the sides and stuff.
Okay.
So maybe that might help you a little bit.
All right, fair enough. But yeah, Helena's a badass. I like her. I just like she fucking DDTs and elbows zombies. Like it's awesome. It's awesome. I'm sorry, I can't. I'm not gonna be silenced just because so many people wanted to join the homogenous opinion of this game. That's all. That's all I'm saying.
I appreciate a good DDT. You know that.
Yeah.
That's not a good game still.
It's very good.
And I've only played the first campaign so far. I've only played the first chapter. Early impressions, I'm having a good time. That's all I'm judging it on.
It's just so stupid.
I mean, it's fucking Resident Evil's been stupid since day one. Jill fucking Sandwich. The whole series is fucking stupid.
Yeah, but that's
like,
campy horror stupid, which I like.
It's just the same thing. Just like turn up to 11. To me, it's the same thing. But whatever.
The problem is it came out in the height of the movie franchise, and so they were trying to cater more to that audience with this one.
Yeah. Well, 4
was Resident Evil fans.
Anyways, I mean, one of Leon's iconic lines from that game is, "Hey, where'd everybody go? Bingo!" Like the dude was a badass action star in that game. Like this to me just seems like a natural evolution from 5 to 6. Like it just feels natural. Whatever. It's fine. I'm wrong. Anyways.
But he wasn't in an action movie in RE4. He was an action star in a horror movie.
Actually, it's not a horror movie. RE4 is a fucking action movie. RE4 is not a horror movie. It's a thriller action movie, but it's far from horror. God, what else have I been playing?
I don't want to hear anything else.
More Smash. More Smash. I love that game. Justin, you and I need to fight at some point because I'm tired.
Fight.
Yeah.
Make him fight.
I'm not good. I swear to God, I'm not.
All right.
I will.
You might be.
Okay. If it makes you feel any better, I won't pick Ken, Cloud, Ryu, Sonic. I won't pick those characters. Okay?
Can you also erase like the information that
Sonic?
you have in your head about fighting games, like frames and stuff?
I don't know that shit, dude. I don't do frame data. I'm not esports.
Are you sure?
Right.
You seem like the kind of guy I might do.
How about this? We'll do like a best of 3 match where I pick my best characters and you pick your worst characters, and then we'll be able to calibrate our skill against each other. Okay. Hold on. That's just to start. We'll calibrate our skill against each other, and then we'll move on from there.
That's fine. I'm telling you, I'm not as good just because I play other games. Smash is so different. But God, there was another game that I played.
I'm okay with a few characters, but that's it.
Okay. So the other game I pretty much has been consumed my life this week has been Hollow Knight. I'm gonna say something controversial, at least. But okay, not controversial because it's something that I believe in, but it's gonna be shocking to hear from some people. This might be my favorite Metroidvania of all time now. Yeah, like this game's really fucking good, man. If it's definitely my favorite Metroidvania. It's like, I think to me this is easily the best crafted Metroidvania world I've ever explored, in terms of how every area has its own unique and feeling identity, while at the same time feeling part of this overall cohesive world. Like it just gels together. Like I feel like whoever wrote this story for Team Cherry started it in high school, and that's not an insult at all. It's just meant like they've been thinking about this for a long time. And like there's these intricate details of lore and how it interweaves with the environment, and it's just so good to explore. But the other thing is like I finally discovered why fucking people like Dark Souls so much by playing this game, and that And like it's that fucking rush. That fucking rush when you go into an unknown area that you have no idea what the fuck is in there. Next thing you know, you find yourself in a boss room fighting for your life, and you're like, I could take him. And you go back a couple more times and get your ass kicked a couple more times, but you go back again, and then finally you claim victory, and you climb that mountain, and it's just like, oh my god, I smoked cocaine.
There you go.
Cocaine.
Okay, you get it. You get it. Congratulations.
It does. This is to me is like the best example of a game sort of emulating Dark Souls. It's not replicating any of the gameplay, the world building. It's replicating that feeling, that adrenaline rush you get when you find something you shouldn't have found, or you fight this boss that you beat. Like on Wednesday because we didn't do watch long this week. I was like, well, I'm going to play for a little bit, right? You know, I'm a little tired from doing yard work that day, but I'm going to play for a little bit. Fucking 6 hours later, I defeated like 7 bosses, like just like stumbling across them. And I'm like, okay, I guess I'll play a little more. That's fine. I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. Nice. And I just defeated like 2 more this morning. There's a lot and they're all optional, by the way. These are all optional. Because a lot of them are from the DLC updates and everything. I think I've only run away from 1 boss, and this is because it's like, okay, I don't want to do this. So I'm out. I'm not completing this game. So, but for the most part, I see a challenge and I conquer it. Right now, I'm currently just grub hunting, where there are these little creatures that you can find in this game very early on that like. They make a little cry, and like you get rewarded with money and like different talismans if you bring a certain amount back. And then through one of the DLC updates, at least I think is one of the updates, you can fight this thing called the Tower of Love, and it's this weird, creepy thing. That's I'm pretty sure is Daffy Duck, like if Daffy Duck had a shadow, or Daffy Duck's shadow, because it's just like crazily maniacally laughing like Daffy Duck. It's like, oh god. And then you get like a little talisman, a little thing that tells you where they all are, all the ones you didn't have. And when I counted, I was like, wow, I caught way more just by looking organically than by having this. This is just a nice little reward. Nice. And that's what I like this with this game, is that sometimes with Metroidvanias, they make it so cryptic that it's hard to know where you're going or inaccessible. I think maybe like once or twice that I have to look up something to get an item just because I wanted to exit the new area. For the most part, I just stumbled my dumb ass along and I found like this other area. And I'm like, am I supposed to be here? Well, let's just keep going and see what happens. You know, it doesn't hurt. It's such a great game. I'm probably going to beat it just because like, at least within the next week, just because I need to move on to other shit. I need to, Tales of Vesperia is calling me, but this game's just consuming my life. I will say this though, if you don't like spiders, don't play this game. I'm telling you that right now. Do not buy, because there's an area in this game called the Deep Nest. That should tell you something right there. And so like you go in there, and it's one of the it's one of the areas that I got early. But I couldn't do anything in it because I didn't have a light lamp that helps you see better. You can still go in there, but you won't be able to see things. And the first thing you hear is like little skitters. I'm like, okay.
Ooh, atmosphere.
Okay, let's keep going. Then you get into the next room, and it's like, oh, there's an enemy from the first world. Okay, 1 hit, you're dead. Fine. And then you're like, and then for me, I'm like looking at the map, and all of a sudden you hear like a weird kickling noise. And then you're being attacked because this other thing inhabited that dead husk, and now it's like walking around with its head upside down like a spider.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. And then you get further in to like where the boss is. Then there's actual spiders. Like there's webs and everything, and there's spiders that will come that look like they're coming from like the foreground onto you, and you can hear them scream at you, and it's like, oh god, get me out of here. It's my least favorite area in the game. Yeah, so I'm just saying this as a warning because I know some people may like, especially what we're going to talk about later, for Hollow Knight. If it sounds interesting, you may not want to buy it because god damn it, it's so fucking unsettling. But everything else is godlike. Everything else is great. Everything else is this is like so much work was put in this game, and I love it so much. But that's all I've been playing.
It's just really interesting to me that you actually legit made the comparison to Dark Souls, but you made a legit comparison to Dark Souls in a good way.
Not because it was hard.
Yeah, most people are like, "Oh, it's like Dark Souls because it's hard." I'm like, "Yeah, stupid ass. There's lots of difficult games out there. Come on." So it's like, come on, no shit. It's just Dark Souls isn't like the first hard game to come around, but it's as I heard you talking about it, because I played the shit out of the first Dark Souls. I love the first Dark Souls because it's like it's more of like it's not just like the feelings that it gives you. It's like this progression of feeling. You have like, I'm in unknown territory. I don't know what the hell's going on. I'm gonna go in and see what's going on here. And then there's like some element of atmosphere, like something to like just kind of make you just like not even necessarily afraid, but just like on edge or just like nervous or just like shit. Like, am I gonna die? Like that kind of thing. And it's just then you go from that to like it gets a little deeper, a little bit deeper, and then you run into the boss, and the boss is like just as frightening and like fear inspiring as you thought it would be. And sometimes more so. It kicks your ass, and then but then it's like you said, you eventually get to a point where you beat that boss, you triumph, and you like claim victory over that area, and then it's just like, well, shit, I did all of it. And it's like, but then you kind of like reset to the beginning. It's like, oh fuck, but then I have to do all that shit over again because it's another area. So it's just that, like that. When people say this game is like Dark Souls, that's what I'm looking for their explanation. Not like, oh, it's hard, So yeah, I don't know. Sounds like a fun game though.
Yeah, I will say I'm gonna go into spoil this, but it's in the deepness. By the way, the deepness is the scariest part of this game. There's an area right before you hit the boss, like one of the 3 big bosses you have to defeat, and like you go in this room, and all of a sudden, like there's this face, like this weird venom, like oozing thing with like a metal face coming out. I'm like, are you gonna like? I swipe at it, then attack me, and he's like talking about like the boss, or it's talking about the boss, and he goes, I could tell you more about the boss. I'm thinking, okay, you're gonna want Geo, and he goes, I'm so hungry, and the face opens up, razor teeth, it lunges after you, and then the text at the end goes, I'll be watching you, and it goes into the fucking background. I'm like, nope, out of here, out of here. I don't care. I don't know if it's like waiting somewhere in that area. I'm not going back in there. I'm not going back in that area. Yeah,
you have to.
I actually do because there's a grub in there that I have to fucking get.
There you go.
I hope it's not in there, but my God, like that was legit terror. I'm like, nope, get out. Out. Hollow Knight's good, but my God, there's some also the enemy design. Enemy design is so varied and vast and unique. Some are, instead of like being a carbon copy, enemies feel like more evolutions, or like in some cases there's a mantis tribe that you can meet early on. Then and this was updated in the update. You go to an area called the Queen's Garden, and you'll find the rogue tribe of them, and you can see the similarities. But then their fighting style is different. They're more aggressive. It's awesome. Like I love all the enemies in this game. Like they all unique. They all inspire some kind of terror, or they feel unique. But yet again, they feel part of this whole big world that is Hollowness. But I don't want it to end. But good thing there's something else coming on the horizon. But I'm done talking about this game.
All right. So I signed up for the EA Premiere Pass because Anthem's coming out, and also there was a few games on there that I wanted to play. Like I installed Darksiders 3. I heard that's all right. But the game that I played before Anthem came out was actually Battlefront 2, because I heard that it had a campaign, so I decided to play it. And I would give the game like a 2 out of 5. Just based.
5, huh?
Yeah, it's like it's very basic and kind of like to play through. Like it's like a shooting gallery, right? But,
yeah.
But it does have a nugget in there for like Star Wars fans like myself that like have been kind of disappointed with Star Wars lately. But like it takes place after, like just before, like just before the end of episode, I think it's 6, Return of the Jedi. And so it takes and you're the opposing force for this one. So you're the Inferno Squad. You play for the bad guys. You see the Death Star get blown up, and it goes on from there. And I think it's a canonical So it kind of like tells you the events of like what happens up to Force Awakens, which is pretty cool.
Okay.
There's some stuff in there like it's classic bad guys versus good guys. It's not like handing down like a story or a lesson to you. Like it's that classic Star Wars story of like bad guys the bad guys versus good guys. The bad guys like realized that they were bad guys and they were fighting for the wrong side, so they switched sides.
Okay.
Like there's different planet hopping, there's different aliens and different species in there, and like it does a good job with like building out the world some more. I'm getting a better sense of like the post or the sequels to Star Wars now after playing this. But like it doesn't play great on its own. Like if they actually like sat down and like worked on a real game for
Put effort into it.
well, it's an online game that they just like fisted a story into, right? So it's not made for a
event. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not made for a story. It's made for multiplayer, and which Battlefront always was.
You're checking a box.
Right, exactly. And I think if like DICE actually worked on a real story-based campaign, I think they could have actually had something with this, but
they didn't.
Yeah, because like they were forced to do it, which is kind of sad.
Yeah. They probably thought that it just wouldn't be like that big of a deal as far as like making money or selling copies. Because I don't know, that seems to be like the kind of general consensus with a lot of the publishers now. It's like, oh, you guys don't want single player campaigns, but I don't know. It seems to me like a lot of people out there actually do want single player campaigns because they're not always going to want to jump online, and not everyone's going to want to stream and like, like, oh, look at me, like wreck all these noobs like on stream and all that kind of shit. Sometimes people just want to experience like a decent story, not even like an amazing top tier story, like a decent story. You know what I mean? It doesn't even have to, because for me, like, I used to play a lot of Call of Duty multiplayer back in the day, but like I would also like, I'd pop into the story mode because it was a pretty decent story mode. It's like, oh, cool, I can shoot some shit, blow it up, have some guys say some edgy stuff, and then some other shit happens, that kind of thing, And it's just, even if it's like a shooting gallery, like you were saying, it's just like, it's whatever, because it's like a well put together shooting gallery. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, cool, I'm like a badass, that kind of stuff. So I don't know. I kind of wish that they would focus more on like telling like a story, because they have it's Star Wars. It's freaking Star Wars, for crying out loud. Right. You can tell a really badass Star Wars story because you don't even really have to put that much effort into it because it's already there. You know what I mean? It's just like have just like some like really well done scene where it's just like, this is like a battle between the good guys and the bad guys, and just do that, something like that. You know what I mean? I don't know.
The best parts of it though is the dog fighting. I think they really got it down with the dog fighting with the TIE fighters and the X-wings.
Yeah. Okay. It
actually made me want to go back and try and play those like X-wing and TIE fighter games. I tried getting them running, and it's just like, man, it's a difficult task to get them running in a Windows 10 computer.
Yeah. I heard Criterion did the vehicle stuff for this.
Yeah, it's really good. I enjoy it quite a bit. It's the best part of it. Nice. Also, like there was a thing in this game. I think it's the last battle for the main campaign, the battle for Jakku. Like you actually fight in that, and there's parts in it where you're doing dog fighting, and then you have to go to a certain location. Then you land, and it's all seamless. There's no loading. So you land, and then you do a mission there, and then you get back into your ship and you take off. Like, I just thought cool. At that moment I was like, how cool would it have been if they made like an open world Star Wars game or something where you just take off in your ship and you go to the different like planets and stuff, and like how amazing would that be?
Cool, right?
Right.
That would be cool.
They were working on a game like that for a bit, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Battlefront 3, it was like start on ground, go into space. You can
not even Battlefront 3. It was the other Star Wars games they're working on with the studios that they shut down recently, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, there was that one too.
Visceral.
Yeah, Visceral. Yeah.
Man,
it was just so
they
cool.
could do so much cool shit with the Star Wars, man. It's just
but it's
Star Wars
it's not a live service, so how are they gonna make money?
And Star Wars fans are like hungry for like good Star Wars content recently.
And that's the thing. There's so many Star Wars fans out there. If you come out with a really good story-based Star Wars game, people will buy it, and people will talk about it and tell other people to buy it, and those people are
but how are they gonna make it long term though? Low. They can't make their money back. Remember, Low.
That's where you leave the
nobody
shit
likes
open
to
for a
play
sequel,
single-
Benjamin. You
Yeah,
leave your
nobody-
game open for a sequel and you
Benjamin.
make
Yeah.
a sequel to it.
Oh, I'm in trouble now. He said Benjamin. Oh shit.
Black Jesus is gonna come over there and whip your ass.
Oh, he did that every Sunday when I was a kid.
You make a new game and you make the number after it bigger than the last game, Benjamin. That's how you do it.
Fuck it, make Low in charge of EA. We'll actually get games, well done games made at that studio.
Yeah,
now.
no one
Yeah.
listens to me.
Disney doesn't seem to mind what EA is doing, so it's not going to change.
Right. It's just, that's the thing, though, too. It's just like, oh, no, you guys are doing great. Keep doing what you're doing, man. It's like, cool, you're making us money. It's just like, fuck. It's like, I don't know. I feel like they should, like, I don't know. I feel like they should focus more on, like, telling the stories, not like, hey, have these cool, like, multiplayer moments. Because that's, to me, like, that's not what Star Wars is about. Like, I'm not, like, a huge, like, high-tier Star Wars fan or anything like that. I don't know, like, a lot about the expanded universe.
You
or any
can
of that
get
bullshit,
both.
but
Like,
it's just,
Battlefront is made for that multiplayer fan base. Like, that's its history, right?
right.
But you can also
yeah.
have like these like the other non-multiplayer stuff that doesn't last forever, but rakes in a
Yeah.
ton of cash because
Yeah.
it's a cool
And
video
that's
game.
the thing. Like, that's one thing I liked about Battlefront 2, the original Battlefront 2, was that like it told a story, but it also kind of tied in with the movies because like they talked about stuff they didn't talk about in the movies, and it's like, oh, okay, that makes sense, and you call it canon, and it's cool. So I don't know. It's just focus more on stories, guys.
Mhm.
That's really my point of the whole thing here.
Right. Moving on off of that though, I played a little bit of Anthem. It's I just played the intro to it, which I played a few months ago. That was part of the private beta. But
Mhm.
yeah, I'm digging it. Like I'm getting more into the shooting mechanics and the different abilities.
Is Tony Stark in the game?
No.
Oh,
Yeah. It's 100% less alcoholism. Um. Yeah, like I'm just enjoying the flying around stuff. I haven't put a whole lot into it, but I am enjoying playing through it and upgrading and stuff. Me and Justin did a quick impression of it back when the public demo dropped, so you can check that out. I'll probably do another video for the full release of the game. And
I
know
think
that-
the lore's cool.
yeah, it's pretty neat. It's like it's kind of got like the Destiny thing going on where it's like there was a cataclysm that couldn't be
Mhm.
stopped that you were a part of, but you had to retreat, and now like your type of people, freelancers they're called, which is a bad name.
So that means they get underpaid or not paid at all for hunting?
Well, people hate them. They think they're
Mhm.
worthless, and
Oh, so it's just to the name.
So it's like a real freelancer, yeah.
Yeah.
You
Yep,
think
yep.
you're worthless.
yep. Yeah, so like you're kind of looked down
The writer came
upon.
up with that name. I guarantee fucking you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so you kind of look down upon, and yeah, I just got out of my suit, and I'm gonna go talk to my my operator, which I was looking up his name. I can't remember what he was, but he was actually a voice actor for one of the characters in Battlefront 2. So it's kind of fun,
Oh,
like hearing him
okay.
voice that, and then coming into this, where he's a
Hmm,
little bit more
cool.
prevalent. It's like, oh,
Mhm.
that's cool. He's
Nice.
also like a big time TV actor or something. He does like a lot of like he did 20
Okay.
like a season of 24, which I think a lot of people
Oh,
have
wow.
done.
Keith David?
No, no.
Okay.
Keep David.
Unfortunately,
Very
no.
Fucking
Keith David makes everything better.
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And the other thing that I've been playing a little bit of was Crackdown 3.
Oh, okay.
couldn't-
You've been playing Terry Crews the game.
Yes. I couldn't sleep
Sure, let's
last.
track.
I couldn't sleep last night. Like I slept for an hour and woke up and I was like, hey, it's almost midnight. I should play some Anthem. And then it's like womp womp. It releases at 10. I'm like, okay, fine. And then I saw tweets about Crackdown 3 being released. I'm like, all right, cool. Maybe I'll just download this and play this for a bit. And yo, you like that first Crackdown game?
It was
No?
alright. I mean,
Alright.
it was fine.
Well,
Nice.
you'll like this one because it's the same game.
What,
That's
if I
what I've
did
been hearing a lot
cocaine,
of.
would that be the equivalency of it?
What?
If I did cocaine, would that be the equivalent of it, or
No,
no?
no.
That's what I've been hearing a lot of, is that it's a lot like the original. It's just more of the same.
Like, there's no target lock. Also, driving around the open world is shitty.
Wait, no target lock in a modern? What the fuck?
No, it's only target lock.
Only target lock. My bad. I was like, that would have been okay.
But like,
that's so weird though.
Yeah, it's so weird because like it's target lock, and then you have to like flick the stick to aim at their body parts, which is like the original Crackdown. But you figure like it's 2019, we would have a better shooting system than this.
Just make it a third-person shooter, like straight up, like have free aim. Like why not?
Also, I'm not a huge fan of the writing. Like I was talking about it during my stream that I did for it on Twitch. I was a younger lad when I liked games like Bulletstorm and Borderlands, where like the dialogue is like over the top and campy and shit, and like Dick Nuts or whatever the hell it was. I can't remember.
Slap Nuts.
I don't know. But like I used to be a fan of that kind of writing and stuff because I was like, oh yeah, over the top. Murder, yeah, and now I'm like a little bit older. I'm like, man, this is just so lame. Like Terry Crews,
you don't know how to have fun anymore.
Yeah, I'm not a juvenile anymore. There was, guys, they did a reference to smoking in this.
Like Jim Carrey smoking.
Yes.
Wow.
What?
Right, I know. Like your director, like when you blow someone up, he's like smoking. I'm like,
to be fair. If I do something badass in a video game, if I remember it, I do that. Smoking.
Like, when did The Mask come out? Like 1993 or something?
Dear.
Yeah. The same year that Crackdown 3 went into development, apparently.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear.
So yeah, there's like a lot of lines like that are in this game, and it's just like, wow, like you're dating yourself on purpose.
Would you rather they have say like that was lit or what's up, fam? Would you rather
have them say nothing and continue blowing shit up?
Or
that's an option.
Try and be cool. I don't know, man. It's just
like cool guys don't look at explosions, but
when you get
cooler guys don't reference explosions.
When you get Terry Crews for this, you should have like good dialogue for him to like do and like say.
They should have hired the writers from the Old Spice commercials to write the script for this game. That probably would have been better. To be honest with you, building kick, explosion, like that kind of shit. It's just like.
Yeah, it's pretty straightforward. Like I've been seeing a lot of like 2s out of 5s and stuff like that. I'm like, it's not that bad. It's like maybe a 2.5 out of 5, like a 5 out of 10.
It seems like a brain dead kind of shooter to me.
Yeah.
From what I've seen.
It's all right.
Just brain dead is in just like you turn your brain off and just I'm gonna shoot some stuff. For
if Anthem wasn't out, I'd be playing this game just while I'm watching Japanese wrestling or something. But I've got Anthem now.
The perfect combination.
Yeah. So that's all I've been playing. I've been playing the new stuff because I'm a cool kid.
You're lit.
Speaking of new stuff, I did forget that I checked out Tetris 99.
Oh yeah.
Tetris Battle Royale.
Okay. And I learned I'm not good at Tetris.
We're never as good as we think we are until we face somebody else.
Well, I think I kept getting screwed over. Like people were just specifically attacking me.
Here come the Johns.
No. Hold on. I had a game that was for the most part I was just bad. But I had a game where I was doing a really good run. I was like in the top 50, and then just literally like half the screen got filled with blocks, and there was nothing I could do.
What?
Like nothing about it was my fault. Like I had it as far down as I could, and then it was just shoop from everyone else attacking me at once, and I couldn't recover from that.
You have to make yourself not look like a target. That's the thing.
I guess
you have to like build it up a bit and make sure like this person's not that good, and then people won't shoot at or target you.
See, I'm used to just hiding outside this circle, but there's no circle in this game. It's only squares.
Nice. Oh, boy.
Yeah, I want fun. Yeah, I want to grab that. I finally got.
It's free for Nintendo Online subscribers.
Yeah, I finally got the Nintendo Online subscription, and I played some Splatoon 2 with a friend of mine over the weekend, so that was fun.
You should have played with.
No.
Yeah, I was playing in bed because like I didn't turn my computer on or anything last night, so like we got into bed and I just grabbed my Switch for a bit, and my wife was I just grabbed my Switch in bed. my wife saw what I was playing, and she's like, "Oh, that's not like battle like Tetris thing, right?" And I was like, "Yeah, it's Tetris Battle Royale." And so I loaded it up, and she's like, "You're telling me there's 99 other people playing that game right now?" I'm like, "Probably." And it loaded up like that, faster than any other Battle Royale game has ever loaded 100 players. And I was in a game. She's like, "Wow, wow." I was like, "Shut up! Don't judge. It's Tetris. Everyone loves Tetris.
Right.
Everyone loves Tetris.
Yeah,
They got the song in there. They got the Tetris in there.
yeah, they did." But I love all the comparisons people have been making. It's like, Sony's put out this like super calm, like, psychedelic Tetris effect game
Which is really
for
cool.
anyone to play, and Nintendo's like a single block drops in a forest, only one person survives.
Speaking of Tetris, did you guys want to move on to the Nintendo Direct?
Sure.
Yeah, let's get a moozy.
Okay.
Gather round, youngins. We're about to talk
All
about
right.
the Nintendo Direct.
Mario
So,
Maker 2.
yeah, Super Mario. Goddamn trailer, stop playing. Yeah, Super Mario Maker 2. That's all I need to say. Moving on.
I think it's gonna have multiplayer, and like there's a bunch of new stuff like switches.
Yeah.
And Cat Mario. My brother was like, all I needed was Cat Mario. Like I don't care if they don't do anything else. I got Cat Mario.
I want to play as Luigi, like by himself.
too.
Like,
Yes. Yeah, I have a feeling on top of like multiplayer, you're going to be able to choose your playable character.
Nice.
So probably it'll be like Mario, Luigi, like the
Peach.
Toads, and maybe Peach.
hopefully
Good old
Peach.
Luigi.
I'll create levels only for my queen.
Because if they're doing the Mario 3D world instead of New Super Mario, like as the that template or whatever, then they should have the playable characters. Like it's
They
only
had
fair.
both. They had both templates.
They had both.
Yeah, there was elements of New Super Mario Bros. U and World in there.
I
Yeah.
didn't notice that. So
Yeah.
there's 2 3D modes, huh? Interesting.
Well,
I
it's
guess
just
they're
like-
different enough.
Yeah.
But when you make 3D world side scrolling, you're kind of just turning it into new, but with Cat Mario.
Yeah, pretty much. It adds. It adds
So,
different challenges. To
I assumed it was
occupy
taking its place, but I guess that's fine.
Looks neat.
Yeah. It's
So
got
many good things.
it's got
And
like
slopes.
path. Yeah, slopes. It's got pathing as well for enemies as well, which is pretty sweet.
Yes, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Neat. Good stuff.
I wasn't sure if I'm gonna buy it, but I'm gonna buy this when it comes out.
Well, it's
I
coming
ma- I
out in
made-
June, so it's like in the middle of the summer drought. People are going to be making the crap out of some Mario levels.
Drought? Are you kidding me? After this direct, I don't got a fucking drought.
I know, right?
I got games to play, man.
No. I'm saying like when there's usually a drought,
Yeah.
like Nintendo's dropping everything, but specifically Mario Maker 2.
Mm-hmm.
Like June is not a time you release a game like this. But they're doing it, and it's going to just take the internet by storm. So I'm
Yeah.
super excited because I'll bring back my Mario Maker videos that did really well in my
I look forward
YouTube
to
There
channel.
you go.
To getting
There you
creation phobia and not release a single goddamn fucking level.
Oh, come on. Don't do that.
No, I got too intimidated with the last one. I'm like, I can't compete.
No, you did some good levels.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. I want to do that thing again where like people that created levels like come, like watch me play them and commentate
Mhm.
with it. I thought that was really fun.
Because
Oh,
Ben,
that
there's
is-
there's good levels and then there's just fucking insane levels. You know,
Yeah.
like I'm like a good level kind of guy. So you should definitely release. You should definitely share your levels when you make them.
Okay.
You don't have a Switch.
I'm just that doesn't matter.
You didn't
Whatever.
have a Wii U either.
With us in spirit. That's all
I'm
that
trying to pep talk
matters.
the guy. I'm just trying to pep talk the guy. That's all.
He's telling me to run fast.
Run, Barry, run.
No, don't tell him to run.
It would be fun to make some levels where like the whole goal is to run super fast. Like you have to go over all this stuff and you only do it by running a certain speed. And then at the end of the level, there's like some kind of portal that takes you back to the beginning of the level. And then like it gets you a power up that you can use to bypass all of the level and get to the end. So it's basically like a flash level where you zoom through everything, get a power up at the end, and then that gives you the momentum to get over the obstacle of the level to the end goal.
Jotting that down.
I gotta figure out a way to do that. Yeah.
Nice.
Run, Mario, run.
Did they say that they'll let you upload levels with your own sound effects, or am I dreaming that?
That sounds dangerous.
Okay.
You could
That
do
does
that in the
sound
first
very
one, but it was only for local.
Yeah, I know.
Hmm,
Maybe
hmm.
I was dreaming that. Okay. I'm going in order from the PR release I got. So we also have Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening coming out.
Yeah. One of my favorite Zelda games.
Pretty good Zelda game.
Yeah, it reminds me of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, that claymation cartoon.
Yeah. I wasn't sold on the style at first. I thought everything looked kind of like dead. Like the eyes looked hollow and stuff like that. And it is kind of like a ceramic doll style. But I saw more and more comparison shots of like the original game to this, and it really is just like they're trying to stay true to the 2D art style, but like bring it, 3D HD.
Yeah.
And there's some merit to that. Like I'm still not totally
enough.
sold on it. Link looks a little goofy with his cute little body. But I love the art, like the opening cinematic art. And it feels like because this whole game basically takes place like in a dream. Spoilers. It's called Link's Awakening. It's not a spoiler.
Yes, it is.
It's 25 years in the making. Like,
Yeah, there are people that haven't played it though. To be fair.
Yeah, I didn't play it until like 2 years ago.
But anyway, I think the idea is that it's kind of like it's a not realistic art style because the cinematic, like the opening cutscene, like all the art of that is like the real life, and then like this is the fake. So it's supposed to kind of look really polished and weird.
It was nice to hear the Battle of the Windfish again. Even
Yes,
though it
and
was
like full orchestrated too. But I went ahead and updated my phone wallpaper.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. They got the Goombas in there. I'm happy that.
Yeah, all the stuff.
Yeah.
Probably the Kirby and Kirby enemies and the Yoshi doll are probably in there too.
Yeah.
The Chain Chomp.
Chain Chomp. Yeah.
Chain Chop's in there, yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be cool to
Wart
see them.
is in there from Mario 2.
Hmm.
Interesting.
Which,
Yeah,
by the
all
way,
kinds of
Super
weird
Mario 2 is available on that back.
And
that,
Kirby's Dream Land.
yeah, and Kirby's Dream Land.
Kirby's
That's
Adventure.
a really good Kirby game.
Oh,
Go
Kirby's
play it.
Adventure.
Okay.
That's the first one, right?
No,
The NES
Kirby's
one?
Dream Land is the first one that was on Game Boy. This is Kirby's Adventure, which is the first and only one on NES.
It's back when he was
that's
white.
That's what I meant. Sorry. Yeah, the
Oh, he
first
was
one on
white.
NES.
It's
He was white
white
on Game Boy.
Meta Knight
Oh.
if that's gonna hook you.
Yeah, I did play that a little bit too last night while I was waiting for Tetris to download.
It's so good. That Kirby game. There's no such thing as a bad Kirby game.
That's not true.
Yes, it is.
I
Next
did
up,
like Kirby's Adventure though. Good
Kirby
game.
Mass Attack is bad.
next
Kirby
up,
Street Squad is bad.
next
Such a
up
hater.
is Astral Chain.
My most anticipated fucking game of this fucking year. Nothing else matters but August 30th, 2019.
It's a new action game from Platinum Games, directed by Takahashi Taru, known for his work as a game designer on Nier Automata. Supervised by Hideki Kamiya, creator of Bayonetta series. You're part of a police special forces unit in a multicultural futuristic city. Players work together in with a special living weapon, the Legion, in a synergetic action system of battle and exploration. I just had to say that because this is a new game and people might not know what this is. So
It looks very confusing.
it's crazy. It's
It's
anime
a
as hell.
platinum game.
Yeah, it's super platinum.
It's gonna be fucking awesome. I can't wait.
They've gone
And I
platinum.
hope this is exclusive. I really
Yeah,
hope
it
it's
seems like it
exclusive.
is.
Yeah, it says it launches exclusively on Nintendo Switch August 30th.
Another
Yeah.
victory!
Another summer
Yeah.
game.
There was a surprising amount of exclusive original IPs thrown out for
Yeah.
this year.
Yeah, I'm really happy with this direct overall. Like a lot of summer stuff, which is cool.
Yeah.
Fire Emblem, Three Houses, that's coming out July 26th.
Marvel Ultimate Alliance is coming on the server, which I'm so
Yes.
looking forward to playing that.
With
Justin,
online multiplayer.
you
They
and I
confirmed
need
it.
to do Twitch stream that shit. You and I tag team it up. Let's go.
Oh yeah, we will. No, once I said online multiplayer, I was like, oh, it's mine. I got it. That's the only way I would play it because it's not going to be fun local.
Mhm.
I don't have anyone.
Hello,
So yeah,
darkness,
that was a selling point for me.
Yeah.
Nice.
And the cast is incredible.
Oh yeah, this
I think
is the
everyone.
best roster. Yeah, and Iron Fist is back.
Yeah.
Which I'm so glad he's back because even though the Netflix film, movies, shows kind of tracked him. His badassness is back in this game.
But like you could see, like the final shot of just like the kind of the squad shot had so many characters in it. Like there was Scarlet Witch in there. There was Storm. There was friggin' Lockjaw, who I assume is playable.
He's an inhuman dog. He's probably not going to be playable.
He was there with the cast.
No, you never know.
Hey, if I could play as Lockjaw, that'd be awesome. But
you can play as a dog in Persona 3, which I learned today. So why not Marvel?
Yeah,
Ultimate
there you go.
Alliance?
Yeah, I was kind of hoping it would come out around the same time as Infinity War, but like, or in game. But I imagine it's coming out like within May. I'm gonna put that between. This is gonna be a May release.
Probably May.
Mm-hmm.
Next up, I've got Box Boy plus Box Girl, 270 levels. I'm looking forward to this one.
Golf clap.
I could use some Box Girl in my life.
Yeah.
What's in the box? It's a dick in the box.
It's coming out April 26th. Another like early release game. I like Nintendo. Like for some reason, Nintendo is like equated with puzzlers for me, and that's what I like. Like I like having puzzles on the go, solving them on the bus. It's really cool. Then Tetris 99, which we talked about. Bloodstained Ritual of the Night.
Looked surprisingly good. I don't think I've seen any actual footage from it. That is a solid-looking Metroidvania game.
Yeah. Hopefully it actually sticks to its release date of summer, because it's been pushed back a couple of times. It's my only fingers crossed that it comes out.
I think it was supposed to come out last year and it got pushed back.
I just hope it doesn't end up being like a Mighty Number 9 situation where it's, it looks good but plays terribly.
It's like the creator of Symphony of the Night.
Excuse what?
And then
Mighty Number 9 looked like ass. Are you kidding me? That game was...
No, I mean like it's hyped up and everything throughout.
Oh, okay. Well, you said looks good. I'm like,
well, looks good mechanically.
On paper.
I guess. Okay.
Looks like it's better than it is.
Mighty Number 9 looked like a dumpster fire the second we saw what it was actually going to look like. But anyways.
No, I backed it. I saw it earlier on.
Mortal Kombat 11, April 23rd.
Confirming the release date. Suck it, rumors.
And it looks good. I assume
was that the? I swear to, if that was the Switch version, I'm losing my fucking mind.
Why would they show footage from something else?
It may not be ready yet. They could just be hyping the release. I was just saying, if that was the Switch version, I would lose. Your Switch is gonna melt. That's all I'm saying. Your Switch is gonna fucking melt. If they can keep
It'll warp the screen. Like, like Assassin's Creed 3 remaster was like announced for it, and it looked really bad. Like the frame rate.
Well, that game sucks anyway. So.
Yep.
I have a feeling that's just that game, though.
Yeah.
I don't think it's gonna run well in anything. Because things that are poorly optimized, it doesn't matter what they're on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's true.
Again, 3 was the one that turned me away from the franchise. If they made 3 like how the DLC turned out to be, I would have liked 3 a lot more.
Yeah. Well, because they had Black Flag on Wii U, and that wasn't chunky, and that game's beefier than 3 is.
Yeah.
So if 3 is chugging on a Switch,
they're just lazy porting it. They're not taking time to optimizing it. Which again, this is not a good game. So don't play this game, guys.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Is they should remaster 2 Black Flag and put that on the Switch.
No, remaster 2 and Brotherhood. Put that out there.
I'll just say that the 3 remastered comes with Liberation, so there's
also a bad game.
It's
I can get into 3.
It's a PSP
Vita
game? Vita game. Yeah.
I don't remember.
Yoshi's Crafted World coming out.
I need to download the demo.
I downloaded the demo. I haven't played it yet. I got that and the other one that we're going to talk about.
Why does it have to come on the last day of my fucking vacation, Nintendo? You assholes.
It does look really cute, though.
Oh, I'm going to play it.
What else looks cute is Captain Toad Treasure Tracker special episode DLC.
That's cool that it's getting updated. That's like nice.
It's also got a co-op mode now.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Which this gives me promise that they'll just do DLC for Mario Kart instead of putting out a new game in a year or so. Because if they're going to put out like late end DLC for Wii U port, then why not do that for Mario Kart too?
Yeah.
Right.
We have an update for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate.
An announcement of an announcement.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we did get our first look at Joker.
And that he's coming before the end of April.
He's coming April 1st. I'm marking it right now because he's the Joker. April Fools.
Oh,
Probably.
yeah.
That makes sense.
Hellblade: Sesuna's Sacrifice is coming this spring.
That really surprised me. I'm gonna buy this.
It looks good.
Yeah, it's alright.
That's
an Unreal Engine
game.
Daemon Ex Machina.
Oh, I downloaded a demo for this.
Coming out this summer.
I've heard good things about this from the demo.
Looks pretty
Yeah,
cool.
it's definitely weird, but like, you can create your own anime girl in this, and I love it.
I like mechs.
And you can customize your mech. Like I'm definitely gonna try out the demo. I don't know if I'll buy the game day one.
Oh, I'm buying it.
Because I don't really get into mech games, but I'm curious. This
is gonna give me my fucking Gundam fix I've been wanting for years.
Yeah, pretty much.
And also Dragon Quest 11S, Echoes of Elusive Age.
Oh my god!
Definitive
it's not
Edition.
just a fucking port.
Echoes of Elusive Ages.
Yeah.
I'm
have
excited. Like that looks great.
Yeah.
And my favorite part is that you can play this game in fucking 32-bit style. Like, because I remember
8-bit
that's
16-bit style.
16-bit. My
Yes,
bad.
16-bit.
My bad. I got too excited. But like, because I remember when they
Get your
first
bits
announced
right.
this game, and that there was going to be a 3DS version, and that 3DS version, the bottom screen would have that. So I'm thinking that's where they took it from. I love that you can do
You're
that.
switching
though.
instead of always being both.
Yeah. Oh,
Very cool.
this is gonna be my first Dragon Quest game, and I'm so excited.
Same. First in a long time. I played one like on the PS1. I think it was like
I think I
5
played
or 6 maybe.
like 8 or 9 or something. That was alright. Yeah, I wanted to pick up this one like earlier on, but it just never got to the right price for me, so I might as well just hold out for the one.
I feel validated because like this is gonna come with all like it's called the definitive edition. So like I feel like
it's exclusive.
Yeah.
Like they're exclusively getting the definitive edition. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, that's coming out this fall.
That there's a Dragon Quest character coming to Smash. I guarantee it.
That's probably fair.
Yeah. But yeah, my brother's getting this too, and he's forcing me to get Dragon Quest Builders too, because there's a joke going around with my friends that all he plays on his Switch is Dragon Quest Builders. And the demo, like the Japanese demo for Dragon Quest Builders 2 came out like last fall or something like that, and he's been playing that Japanese demo ever since.
Wow.
He has no idea what's happening in it, and it's a demo, but he's milked like 100 hours out of that thing.
Jesus.
That's awesome.
So Dragon Quest Builders 2 has online co-op, so I told him I'd get it to play with him.
No.
So if you don't see me from that point on, it's because I'm just caught in the Dragon Quest Builders loop with my brother.
Day 53. We've built this fucking statue. Can I go fucking home now?
I just want to play some Mario Maker. No, he's getting that too, so it'll be fine.
We also had Oni Naki.
That looks okay.
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
It's the one from the I Am Setsuna and
okay.
the other guys.
Yeah.
Right.
They got a bigger budget.
Yeah, and they're doing an action RPG this time, so maybe it won't have such a garbage battle system.
They're adding new content to Starlink Battle for Atlas with Star Fox missions.
I need to buy this game, like I told in our Discord, that when it goes on sale again, I think I'm going to buy it because it looks cool.
Yeah.
It's a Star Fox game. Like at this point, it's a Star Fox game.
It's a game with Star Fox in it.
I mean, they're adding all of the Star Fox characters with exclusive missions.
Yeah, well, the bonus stuff is going to make it more of a Star Fox game. Yeah.
And they're going to be adding in like racing battles and stuff in the future, which makes me wonder if like they're just kind of pushing. You know, there was a rumor that Retro was making a Star Fox like racing game or something like that. I wonder if they've like been working with the Starlink team and just kind of like adding that content into this game so that they can work on Metroid Prime 4 instead.
We have Disney's Sum Festival. We get to play some curling.
No.
Yeah. Some air hockey. Come on, guys. All right. Rune Factory 4 and Rune Factory 5.
Rune Factory 4, like that. I guess that's a 3DS remaster or something.
Yeah, it's a special edition. Yeah.
Garbage. Like they showed some of the farming.
It looks like Delta, or no? It looks like Rune Factory to me.
Yeah, I mean, Rune Factory started on the DS, and it was basically Harvest Moon, and like the DS engine for Harvest Moon is way better than the 3DS engine for Harvest Moon. But that's beside the point.
They're making a new Rune Factory.
Yes, they are, and that one might be good because it's actually going to be new and built for the Switch.
It's going to be
real quick for this one. like they showed like some of the farming, and there was like a plot that was just a giant strawberry, like one giant strawberry on this plot, and it looks so stupid. It was like a JPEG, like a low quality JPEG of a giant strawberry, and that pretty much sums up the whole game.
Damn.
Wow.
Life is just one giant low res
Shots
strawberry.
Yeah, let me see if I can find the picture. Rune Factory 4 strawberry.
We got some other Final Fantasy 7 and 9 are announced for the Switch.
Final Fantasy 7 comes out the day I come back from Chicago. Guess what the fuck I'm gonna be doing? I'm gonna hold up in my house. I'm just gonna play Final Fantasy 7 all fucking day and night in my couch.
And then also Deltarune's coming. First chapter is free on Nintendo starting February 28th.
I love the trailer. It was cute.
When are you gonna get back to playing Undertale?
Undertale?
Yeah.
When Onimusha stops being badass?
Alright.
Oh.
Hello?
So you're not?
Look at the stupid strawberry picture that no one else can see.
Great. It's awesome. If you give me the link, I could put it up on the video version.
Yeah. It's in the Discord. It's so bad.
Here, I'll throw it up in the video version.
Oh, that's terrible.
There you go, video people. Oh, look at the size of that corn. It's a big corn.
What is this game?
I hate to shit that out, you know what I'm saying?
Oh boy.
Well, you chew it first.
No,
Wow.
shit out. Like, poop.
Right.
Alright.
Just say you eat the individual. How do you eat corn?
Oh,
You're not,
shut
you're
down.
not, wait, you're not supposed to just shove it down your
Mutual.
throat? Uh-oh.
Well, today I learned Ben has no gag reflex.
Ooh.
I was very popular in college.
Oh my.
We got Chocobo's Mystery Dungeon, everybody.
Cool.
Cool.
Yeah.
Quay?
Yep.
This is Quay here. Am I wrong? Okay.
That's the sounds that chocobos make.
Yes. Dead by Daylight, Unravel
Oh.
2.
Bad.
Oh,
I've
it's-
never seen that game in action.
Oh, it's so
It's
poorly
an old game.
optimized. It has jank.
Jane.
Yeah, it's pretty jank.
Unravel 2, and then Grid
Yay.
Autosport. And
This will be
that's
the
it.
only game and last game I buy from EA because it's not microtransaction heavy and it's an adorable platformer.
Yeah. And Grid
Also-
Autosport continues the tradition of porting that mobile racing franchise over, which, you know, that's fine, I guess.
Alright. Moving on.
It looks good still.
Alright, I am moving on to... Can we talk about Aladdin real quick?
No.
No, how about we just
I mean,
not?
you can.
Like why?
I've been obsessed with this trailer ever since it came out.
I haven't even seen the trailer. I've only seen the images.
It's just like they just took Will Smith's head and put him on a CG body and did
And
it.
it's
mocap.
poorly rotoscoped too. It doesn't even like quite match. Like it doesn't move at the same rate his body does.
Oh man, why?
It's just
Why Disney?
I've
Why
been
you
obsessed
doing
with
this
all
to
the
me?
memes, you know, like all the things that have been coming out with just taking his face and putting it on different blue characters.
There are some pretty good ones.
Oh, it's so good. And his back is all muscular, and then
You
his
know,
front is like really flabby.
I'm just really proud of Disney for taking such a bold stance by hiring a YouTuber like Will Smith to be in this big role. It's
Yeah.
a step for YouTubers. We finally made it, guys.
Okay, I just had to talk about that because it's ridiculous.
I don't know if I had said this to you guys, but I told my wife, I was like, it's sad when a live action like talking lion movie looks better than one with people in it.
It's because Jon Favreau
Yeah.
actually has a nice sense of what makes a scene look pretty. Versus
Yeah.
Guy Ritchie just looks like make everything bleak.
Yeah.
That's your big mistake was hiring Guy Ritchie for this movie.
All right, let's move back to some Dragon Questing story here. We got Dragon Quest Your Story 3D CG movie announced. I don't know what this
Cool.
is.
Yeah, I'm not
Yeah.
entirely sure what this is either. It seemed interesting, and I feel like it's going to be one of those like choose your own adventure Netflix movies that they're working on.
Interesting.
That's what it sounds like, but there's not really any information about it. I just thought it was cool that there's a 3D animated Dragon Quest movie coming out.
Yeah.
People
It says here
would be
it's based
interested.
off of Dragon Quest V, and
Yeah.
it's due out August 2nd in Japan.
Cool.
Interesting.
Let's see if it comes here.
Well, I probably won't because Dragon Quest is not popular over here.
What is popular
Yeah, it
over
is.
here is Mortal Kombat.
Yes.
Mortal
Nope.
Kombat 11 Jade added.
The Emerald Queen might beat my dominatrix.
The Undead Emerald Queen.
Yeah.
Zombie
She looks
Jade
awesome.
is not as attractive.
Like her combos and her animations look sick.
Yeah, I love her new staff. That it like kind of retracts and comes out
That's
at
her
will.
old stuff.
That's her old staff?
Yeah, her old stuff would retract. It's just the animations are a lot more fluent, but her old stuff would retract and shit.
Oh. I don't remember it being like a lightsaber type thing.
It is a
Yeah,
lightsaber.
well, it wouldn't glow constantly. She's also a Revenant now, so that's when Quan Chi killed her, and Sindel killed her in MK9, and then it just bothers me like how like she's a Revenant. She's like one of the things that Quan Chi turned over to his side, but she was never in MKX at all. Not even like as a non-playable character that you fight. Like here she is. Like I want to know where the fuck were you during all that shit?
She was
You know?
being revived.
No, she's clearly dead. This is her Revenant form. She's not
Well-
alive.
No, I mean he resurrected her as a Revenant.
Yeah, but what was she doing? Like, why wasn't she like? That's what I want to know.
She was a slave.
Screen.
Yeah, but she had all the other Revenants were fighting for him and fighting against Earth's forces in Outrealm. I'm like, where were you? I'll be like, and where were you?
She was still loading into the game. She was on the loading screen.
She was doing sex stuff.
She was stuck
Also
in an
did-
Anthem loading screen.
Yeah.
There she go. Yeah.
The point is, she looks cool. She doesn't look like a stripper anymore, which is awesome. Like she has,
Yeah.
like I like the armor touches and like, but it still looks like Jade.
Oh, I'm sure there will be an alternate costume to make her look.
Oh,
like a
sure.
stripper. Don't
It'll
worry.
cost you
Yeah.
$5.99.
Oh yeah.
It's Warner Brothers. Come on.
Yeah, she looked great. I'm excited. She was always one of my favorites.
Just, I swear to God, Mortal Kombat. If you leave out Katana, we're gonna have words.
Oh, they're not going to leave out Katana.
Yeah, you cannot leave out Katana. Oh
You can leave out Melina. That's fine. I don't care.
no, you need both of them. You can't have one without the other.
All right, let's talk about the Mortal Kombat 11 roster leak.
This is all rumored speculation. But,
One of them came true with Jade, though.
True.
Yeah.
And that's well. Here, I had asked before, like privately, if the Switch trailer for Mortal Kombat 11 confirmed Kung Lao and Liu Kang.
It didn't. They were confirmed long before this.
Well, you said that, but then part of this leak has them in there.
yeah. Go look at the MK reveal when they're talking about the story. The boss, the time mistress, I'm going to call her because I can't think of her name. She talks to Kung Lao and Liu Kang in their younger forms. So that pretty much right there kind of.
So maybe it was confirming they're in the game, but wasn't confirming they're playable. So that's why they're in this room.
they were going to be
saying
like
because we didn't know that we haven't seen them as playable yet. I guess.
right, but even in this, they weren't playable. There was just a little cutscene.
right, that's true. Okay.
Mm.
It was literally just the same cutscene. There was a lot of things that happened at that thing. Ronda Rousey was there, so
Yeah. But yeah, so this is a bunch of characters that are rumored to be playable in the game.
yeah.
From the past. Actually, a lot of just Kingdom Hearts 10. Unfortunately,
Kingdom
I feel
Hearts-
like they need to. Kingdom Hearts,
Yeah, you
What?
said Kingdom Hearts.
Wait.
What do you mean Mortal Kombat X?
Mortal Kombat. Yeah,
Don't get me wrong. I'm sure there will be a Kingdom Hearts 10. Like,
Kingdom
no
Hearts
Not
Mortal
mine.
Kombat crossover, guys. Let's make it happen.
I mean, different timeline.
Let me
what?
rip out Goofy's throat. Just let me do it.
No, not Goofy.
Let me break
What?
Sora's spine.
yeah, yeah.
Let me literally make Donald a rotisserie duck. Let me just twirl him over.
Anyway,
Takes him off the
The-
pit and then eats.
the leaked characters is mostly just the cast of MKX, which is a little disappointing because they said they're going to pull from like the entirety of the history, and there's been a little bit of that, like with Cabal, who hasn't been in there a few in a few games. Jade hasn't been in there in a few games.
They
like
only
that.
missed one,
but
they were in 9. They were not in 10. That was it.
Was Cabal was in 9?
Yeah, he was in 9. Pretty much
forgettable.
the entire classic roster was in 9 because it was recreated, obviously because of the story, but
Fair
for
enough.
the most part.
But this has basically 3-letter identifiers for different characters that are like hidden away in the code or something like that. I don't remember the whole thing.
Aaron Black is one of them.
Achievements. Yeah, achievements. And it includes Cassie Cage, Aaron Black, who I love.
We kind of already knew about Cassie Cage because like there was like a leak. There was something that showed her, and it wasn't Sonya because it wasn't Ronda Rousey.
Okay.
So we kind of knew about that already.
I mean, they've pretty much all said like, you know, it's going to be older characters meeting the younger selves and vice blah blah blah. So I would not at all be surprised if it's like the young cast and the new cast and the old cast like meeting up. But anyway, Aaron Black, who I love, Frost, who I think was underrated. She was one of the later ones that kind of like replaced Sub-Zero for a bit, and then they were both put in, but there wasn't really much reason to have them because they had the same moves. But I think they could make her interesting alongside Sub-Zero. I like her as a character. Yeah,
this new NetherRealms I could definitely believe that they could make 2 Frozen characters.
Right. I think she'd be super cool. Jackie Briggs, Jade, who is confirmed now, Kotal Khan, who I didn't really care for, and then Kung Lao and Liu Kang. I'd be bummed if the I can't remember his name, the guy with the chains. It's like Kinshi's son or something. Yeah. I'd be bummed if Takeda wasn't in it because I thought he had really cool attacks.
Even though he died.
Oh, did he? I don't remember.
I'm just kidding. I'm just trying to fabricate bullshit now.
Okay. I played it, but I don't remember the ending or anything. But yeah, I'd be bummed if he wasn't in there. But
he'll probably be DLC if anything.
Could be. But as a character, he wasn't very interesting. It's just I liked his moves and stuff. And then there were a few abbreviations that were not tied to any like obvious characters, and could either be totally new characters or just abbreviations that weren't clear. And they are TER, CET, and KOL.
I just want Rain back, man. That's it.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Rain's great. But TER, wasn't there like
Ferrator?
Oh, okay, that's not TER. All right. I could see that still being
that
them,
could be
although I
Tremor.
didn't like them. That'd be TRE. Yeah, maybe the new characters. I don't know.
All right. Ben, talk about Hollow Knight again.
Oh yeah. So Hollow Knight there was supposed to be an expansion originally. I think they already announced it that it was going to be paid DLC, but it's the newest thing. It's called Hollow Knight. Sorry, the thing is loading for me. Silk Song. This is gonna follow the character of Hornet, who's a character you meet early on, and I don't want to say too much about her story because it's kind of dark and it kind of spoils some parts of it. But I will say I'm excited, and it looks good, and she looks fun to play. And I just love that this game has gotten this big for them that they were able to do this, and it's just a whole new fucking game. I love some of the new enemies. They look unique. This game is just so fucking good. Like it's ridiculous. I can't wait. I can't wait. But I hope it doesn't come out for quite some time. I don't remember a release date being listed. I don't think so. Doesn't say one. Yeah. I hope it's not for quite some time because I don't want to play it right after and get burned out. You know, that's my only thing. I want to give it some time and then come back. But you know, a lot of people love Hornet. Like she's a really cool character.
Cool. Let's move into the Apex Legends corner. So we have three news stories here, pretty quick. Apex Legends surpasses 25 million players in a week.
Golf clap.
Not surprising for a free game, but still.
Yeah. Hopefully they can keep up that momentum.
I mean, the matches load in really quickly. Like it doesn't seem like it's slowing down anytime soon.
Nope.
Yeah.
There was some data mining going on for this game because it's really popular, and it looks like they could be getting solo and duo modes, which if they got a solo mode, I would play way more of this game.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I might, yeah.
And then also, last story here is Epic Games appears to be publishing Google ads for Fortnite on searches of Apex Legends, which is kind of industry practice at this moment.
Yeah.
That's like what you
like,
do.
I'm not surprised when they did that. I'm like, yeah, that's.
You advertise against your competition. That's what you do.
I remember.
Well, they consider them competition, so there's that.
Right.
I remember when DC did like a big relaunch thing, and like if you tipped in DC on Twitter, it would show a Marvel comic ad first. So I'm like, that's smart. Do that.
No, it is. Yeah, very much so.
All right. I put this news story in here that Flower is getting a PC release. So you know.
I don't even know what that is.
Oh, you
I
don't know
love
what Flower is?
No, I've never heard of it. Like I swear to God,
cool.
I'm not.
It's from the makers of Journey, right?
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
sounded like a Journey game.
It's pretty
It's
chill.
just an atmospheric adventure game.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You just
Like,
play as
you-
flower petals, and you make the place go from gray to colorful and pretty.
Yeah, so you start out as like one or like a little bundle of flower petals,
Mhm.
and then you go around like kind of activating different things in the level, and those like create kind of like a butterfly effect of something else happening around, and like livens up the area.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like you might trigger all of the flowers in one area, and your bundle will grow a little bit, and then it'll flash out, and like a dead bridge will like come back to life and like give you passage across
Mhm.
to where you need to go next or something like that. It's just really calm and it's nice.
Yeah.
It was like I think it was a PS3 launch title or something.
Yep.
And I played a lot of it
Yeah.
when it first came out. I didn't even own it. I just played it at my friend's house because it was so calming.
Yeah. It was pretty chill.
Yeah.
Speaking of chill, we have Booker T, who is super not chill about Activision using his likeness for Call of Duty 4.
So,
I didn't even know about that. I must have glossed over this one. Holy shit!
Do you not see this?
No, I didn't. You didn't put this in the wrestling thing, so I didn't see it. At least, did you?
No, not in the wrestling thing. I put it
Okay,
over.
that's probably what I've seen it. But
Put it in
I
the
didn't
gaming
know.
thing.
Wow.
What do you guys think? Does GI Bro look like Prophet here, or does he just look like a black guy in army dreads?
yeah, I think he's kind of being racist on himself.
Yeah, I mean it's a stretch.
Oh, as a
Like-
resident black man with dreads, what do you think?
You could probably honestly put my face on there and like blur it a little bit, and it'd probably look the fucking same. It's
I mean,
like,
yeah, this could be low. Or why don't you sue?
I know, right? Like it could be low.
I should. Fuck that shit. Give me my
Yeah.
money. Activision, give me my money.
Yeah, this was a kind of like a fun crossover story for me. As a wrestling fan, and I like the Call of Duty game, so.
And I'm sure like Activision has somewhere like, oh, all of these characters are fictional, and any likeness to anybody in real life is purely coincidental.
Yeah.
Because they always do that kind of shit.
They always do that. Yeah.
They always do that kind of shit. So it's like whatever. Man, I think there's nothing here.
All
That's
right.
my official stance on it.
I was trying to see if there's anything more than just the looks. Like if there's something in the representation of the character or anything.
Like a funny catchphrase or
And
something.
it
Does he say
doesn't
that is whack?
Seem like there's anything. Like
Yeah.
I guess this is a character that's been in the game before and was all like augmented with cybernetics. But
Yeah.
now it's like the earlier version doesn't have the cybernetics, and he's like, wait, now this guy looks like me. Like, no, you don't look like the character they designed years ago
Yeah.
without cybernetics.
in the
Like,
previous game, yeah.
I don't understand.
Ben, what do you think? Because we haven't heard from you yet.
I think Booker's overreaching. He just needs to do the spinner routing and go back to his desk about rambling about shit he doesn't understand. Sorry, Book. I know
Yep.
you're the 5-time. I'm not gonna do the entire thing.
Don't do it
WCW
5 times.
champion.
Don't do them.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do it 5 times. But yeah, sorry, Book. You're wrong on this one.
Moving into more serious Activision news, we kind of talked about this. It was just coming out as rumor that they're laying off 800 people at Activision. But this actually came to pass, and they laid off 800 people, or 8% of their total workforce. after a record year in revenue, which is crazy.
That part is crazy to me.
That's terrible.
It's like, why do you need to lay off that many people if you're doing
It just
so
makes
well?
me mad. Like I'm like it just pisses me the fuck off.
It's crazy because like these people didn't have like any real like warning of like, hey, our division might be shut down, other than like the weekend of the rumor. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
Well, they were making
Just-
record sales. Who would think they're about to lose their job?
Yeah,
Right.
you
Exactly.
should get a fucking bonus for that shit.
Exactly.
you know
So,
who
like,
did get a
Like,
bonus?
You know who gets the fucking bonuses? The fucking CEOs. I'm sorry.
Yep, you're right.
Fucking bullshit. You know what? This is like that fucking CEO should if like you know he gets all the fucking credit, but he gets none of the fucking blame. That's how it fucking works. It's always fucking works, and it
Mhm.
fucking pisses me off. I hope all those people find jobs, but fuck Activision. Fuck
On
this
that note-
mentality in general. Jesus fucking Christ.
I think Ben wrote this Waypoint article.
He wrote the headline.
Dude, this like I love that there were articles like coming out that just fucking hitting hard. And I
Yeah,
think there was one which
Just
I
call it.
thought it.
like
Yeah.
Not pulling punches at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
where like Ubisoft posted record sales fires nobody. I'm like,
yeah,
yes,
that was great
please.
too.
shots
In
fucking
addition to
fired.
that, also on social media, more specifically on Twitter, I was able to see a few tweets from other game studios that were saying, "Hey, we heard about what happened. Just so you guys know, we have a few positions open."
Yeah.
So I retweeted every one of those that I saw. So if any of you guys are out there following me on Twitter, if you know anybody who was affected by this, definitely point them in that direction, or just point them in any direction, because I thought that was like a really cool thing. Like, don't get me wrong, like it was like funny to see like shots fired at like Activision, haha, like whoop de woo. But at the same time, it was also really cool to see like people like extending help to other people,
Yeah.
because instead of like just like memeing or just like dunking on like Activision, it's like, hey, we're actually going to do something to like at least try to alleviate some of this kind of thing.
Yeah.
We may not actually have positions that everybody may be like qualified for, but still it's better than nothing. So I thought that was really nice. And if you guys see anything like that, I encourage you to share it, because you never know, somebody who
It might be
really
that
needs to
one
see
person
it.
that sees it, and yeah.
Exactly. So someone who
Yeah.
really needs to see it might see it. So
Yeah, I've been on Twitter for I think over 10 years or something.
Mhm.
And whenever this happens, people always retweet and like say, "Hey, we're hiring, there's job positions," which is really
It's
great to see.
There is that community. Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
I've never seen this many like social media gaming accounts like tweet out about it. Like it was astronomical. At least in my term of observing, Twitter, this kind of stuff, the gaming stuff to Twitter. It was crazy.
Well, this is insane. Like, I've been a big supporter of Blizzard over the years. You know me, I love Diablo. Like,
Mhm.
this makes me EA and everything. Like, I don't like EA, but I'll support the games that look interesting. I don't get into the yearly titles, all that stuff. This makes me
Yeah.
want to never support Blizzard Activision again.
Right.
Like, I've never felt that way about a company.
Yeah,
Because
But
this
if
is
they're going to
title specific.
track
This
record
is like
sales and still fire people, no.
yeah.
They
while
deserve to not.
they're giving $15 million like signing bonuses to top
fucking
CEOs.
CEOs.
Yeah, I know,
Yeah.
right?
To me, these people would have gotten a 3-month vacation. Here's 3-month paid vacation. You guys earned it. Go. Maybe not that
And they
long.
say they're doing this because they didn't reach their full potential or whatever, like their projected earnings, which like don't fight. Like I started looking up because I remember hearing about people that used to like talked about Nintendo in this instance where the CEO took like a pay cut, and then also like
Yeah, he
there's
took
things
50% pay cut.
Mm.
right,
to
and there's
save
also
his
things
people.
like $1 CEOs that CEOs just work for $1 so they could keep their employees. Like
Yeah.
it's ridiculous. Like there's other options other than firing 800 people.
Yeah.
Yep.
If Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 was still being published by Activision, I would have said, nah. I love Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, but I ain't supporting your fucking practices. Thank goodness you're not publishing the game.
Yeah.
But,
Ninja Theory's going to do a better job anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just like, fuck you, Activision. I'm never buying another game from you ever again. No, thankfully, you never publish anything that I like, so it's an easier decision for me. But anytime anything does interesting come up potentially, nah, fuck y'all. Y'all done. And Blizzard, I was considering Diablo 3 at some point. Nah. No, not even at this point. Why?
It's just, it's insane. It's insane how like blatant it is too. It's like, oh, I mean, we need to delay because I don't know. It's just it's bad. This is all bad. And
The
this
fact
is just
that record-breaking sales. That's the baffling
Right.
part.
right. Exactly. Like usually when you lay off people, it's like, oh, we're in trouble. Like we're running out of money. We can't afford to pay you
that's
anymore.
somewhat understandable.
That's the kind of thing. Yeah, but this, like, what? You know, like. Oh, man.
It says
I hope
here.
these people can find some place in the world. You know.
Yeah, it says here. The company said it'd be cutting mainly non-game development departments and bolstering its development staff for franchises like Call of Duty and Diablo. So they're doubling down on their franchises while cutting people out. Development sources from across the industry told Kotaku this ordering affects Activision, Blizzard, King, and High Moon Studios. Blizzard, the layoffs appear to have only affected non-game development. Yeah. Oh, man. So they're gonna there's a letter promised of comprehensive severance packages, so at least there's that. There's no way to make the transition easy for impacted employees, but we're doing what we can to support our colleagues.
Should have fucking kept their fucking jobs and fucking done.
Yeah, I've been seeing a lot more noise about unionization, which like it wouldn't stop something like this, but at least like it give people a voice and like have a chance to fight it or something. Like it's ridiculous.
It is.
All right.
Madness.
You guys have anything else to say, or should we move on to?
About this. Yeah, it's just making my blood boil.
No, I'm just getting rid of everything BattleNet related right now.
Okay. All right. My last news story. I don't know if you guys have anything else, but
I got one.
All right,
it's quick.
Let me just say that Fallout 76, the story that keeps giving stories.
Oh boy.
Fallout 76 players accidentally glitch into an unopened vault.
Accidentally?
What's in the
or
vault?
on
Is it just
purpose?
empty or?
Bug or feature?
Over the weekend, a group of Fallout 76 players encountered a glitch that transported them inside an otherwise inaccessible Vault 63. One of the 3 locked vaults scattered throughout the game's world. They didn't find much inside, but took pictures anyway before reaching out to Bethesda support to explain what happened. GNU said, to explain what happened for the fear the game's continued glitchiness might get them banned. Bethesda says, don't worry, it won't.
It's a feature.
God fucking... Why are people still playing this game? Like, why?
Because of stuff like this. Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. Stuff like this.
You never know.
Where am I going to find
games?
next? Watch next. Someone's going to find Cthulhu or some shit in 76.
You know, I wouldn't.
Or something.
You know,
It'd be even cooler if there was cool stuff in here, though. Like, there was no way to get to it, but they had it, like, filled.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That would have been neat.
You know, they say the gates to hell are going to be like somewhere in the Middle East. Nah, man, the gates to hell is in fucking Fallout 76.
It's an Oblivion.
Oh, yeah, dude. Yeah.
Alright, so yeah, something players have speculated might arrive whenever the game's 3 other vaults eventually unlock, like new story content. Instead, the company said that the game will be getting new player versus player mode in March. So they're still supporting it, but probably with stuff that no one really is interested in.
Just kill it. Just let it die.
Move. Just move on.
Just let it die.
Oh,
it's probably going to be buck fuck when it comes out anyway, so...
Another fun story is that last month, Fallout 76 players figured out a way to break into a developer's room that contained copies of every item and non-player character.
Debug room, that's amazing. That is amazing. You just, hey, here's a debug room. That's unlocked, it's open. You just walk right the fuck in.
And those players got banned, apparently.
QA. What's QA? We don't have quality assurance.
Bethesda's like security for stuff like that is like the equivalent to like a receipt checker at Walmart. Like, yeah, you're good. Bye. Yeah, you're good. Bye.
Yeah, dude. I legit tried. I'm like, hey, you want to look at my receipt? They're like, no, you're good. I'm like, oh, okay. You're just cool.
Because they know they can't stop you, so fuck it. Yeah. Like Bethesda knows like you're gonna hack a game, so fuck it, go.
So like, yeah, like the Fallout 60, like the Vault 63 stuff sounds interesting. Like because they said they're gonna have like other vaults open while the game goes throughout. So like, you know, like a living game, which is like it sounds like a neat idea, right? Like
if only the game was functional.
Exactly, right.
Idea.
Yeah, it's just a mess. Ben, what was the thing that you had?
Did you guys know that Blanca's a Time Lord?
Oh.
So there was a recent
All right,
glitch.
I think that's
All right, guys, that's the show.
Oh, come on!
No,
It's actually
you can't just
funny.
leave me with that. I'm curious now. My
It's
curiosity.
actually funny. So it happened this week, which I find it funny. It happened the week of Viva Japan. No reports that it's actually been pulled off, but there's a glitch on there that Blanca can trigger. It stops the game, like it literally stops. But Blanca can still move, and the time clock and the time clock's moving, and Blanca can still do damage. Yeah. So but you basically have to have full critical R, which is the full bars at the bottom, and at YED on Twitter basically says if you do quarter circle forward, punch, which is his super move, cancel that into forward with 3 kicks. You can replicate the bug again. Blanca will everything just stops. Like I think okay, I apologize for bringing anime into this, but think JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, where I think some character can freeze time, and Blanca can just do damage, and as long as you can keep replicating the bug, they can't stop you, and it's fucking hilarious. By the way, this also doubles down to Blanca players are scum. We don't. Blanca players are always awful. They were always awful, and they continue to be awful. Hashtag fuck Blanca. Yeah, I just thought it was funny. I haven't hardly anybody I play plays Blanca, but yeah. In fact, some tournament organizers were like, "Okay, if you can pull this off in an actual match, you get $50. But you do it again, you're banned." I'm like, "Okay, fair. That's fair. That's fine."
That's
but yeah,
ridiculous.
I've seen it pulled off online. You can do it online too. But Capcom's already looking to patching it out. But I don't know how they discovered it, but it's go look it up on Twitter.
Gamers.
Yeah.
Gamers love breaking games. That's how.
It's so good. Yeah, but nobody likes Blanca. Blanca is awful. Blanca's always been hated.
That's why it took so long to discover it too.
Yeah. The thing is, Blanca's actually fun in Street Fighter V. But anyway, that's all. I wanted to end something lighthearted, and I just remembered it. But yeah, Blanca's the Time Lord.
It's just silly.
Who else is a Time Lord? Is Justin?
Alan Z. I was trying to think of what one of the doctors says, and that's all I came up with.
Yeah, share your stuff with people there.
So I am at 0 score all over the internet, Twitter, YouTube, Twitch. I keep thinking I should stream sometime because I haven't had really time to actually make content. I'm working on it, but it's a slow process. But I spend most nights working on the house instead. But then I don't stream because it sounds like a lot of work. Like I was going to today when I got home early from work, and then I was like, no, the snow has made poopy. I don't want to talk to anyone.
It takes a lot of effort to stream.
It does. Like you have to put the energy in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when I stream, I have to
Yeah,
when I do it, I have to work okay, we're gonna do it, and we're here.
Yeah.
Okay.
You have to run around the block to get pumped up before you do it.
No, man. Then I get stomach cramps. Then I go to the bathroom. Then I cancel the stream. No.
Yeah. But anyway, I do have Spider-Man story play still happening. I think the YouTube algorithms have been kind of killing it because they made that change where it doesn't auto share things to social media anymore,
which is so stupid.
Right? So I'm trying to get that some more support. So I got to work on that. But aside from that, like I said, I've got some things coming, working on something with Possum Gamer, who will get on here in the near future.
Yay!
Yeah, that's me.
Hello.
You guys can find me on Twitter at Nero the Hero, N3R0, THEH3R0. You can also find me on YouTube, Nero the Hero, all with letters. And of course, you can find me here on Charge Shot with these guys, because we're all just great.
Ben.
You can find me at twitter.com/marvelous Iggy, aka Wielder in the Infinity Stones. My Shovel Knight display is officially complete. It's now just a matter of processing and uploading and scheduling them. So they're all done. I'm proud of it. It feels good to be back in the Let's Play chair. So I'm going to be taking the rest of February off, probably at the end of March, middle of March. I'm going to say it now because fuck Mega Man X3. I'm not doing that Let's Play. I said I was going to do it, but I'm like, I don't want to do it. I'm gonna skip that game, and my next game that I'm gonna play is a fan favorite. I'm gonna do a Let's Play of Mega Man X4 with both Zero and X's campaign.
Mega Man.
So
X4.
I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do X's campaigns first because it's faster and it's quicker and it's easier. So just to
Okay.
get it
And
done.
it's good.
Shut up! I'm on a time limit. But I'm gonna do that, and I'm
I'm
gonna do
saying you're gonna
Zero.
get the better one for second.
Yeah, the story reasons. Plus, I like X better. Anyways, plus I suck with Zero. I just like I can't beat Magma Dragoon to save my life, so I'm gonna train.
Zero's the actual game. Zero's that's the real game. Mega Man X tutorial.
Yeah.
You
So,
bring
but also
you
because
get like halfway down, and then it's like easy.
yeah, but also because March is Mega Man March.
Mega March.
I will also I will stream Mega Man X3, so you get to watch me play that game and live in live and experience my agony because that game is so fucking awful. But I will also be streaming the Mega Man X Challenge, the little modes you get in the X collection. So I will be streaming that. So if you want to see me fight 2 bosses at once and just get mad, well, March is the month for you. I'm either gonna die of a heart attack or I'm gonna come out triumphant. Come over to twitch.tv/Iggy2814 to watch a streamer die. Anyways,
sounds good.
So yeah, that's it for me. Also, at the end of March, because I think I'm somewhat of a celebrity, I guess, because I got to have some self-esteem, I'm going to be at C2E2. That's the Comet Entertainment Expo in Chicago, Illinois, from March 24th to the 27th. I don't know the dates, but I'll be in there. So if you're in the Heartland area, Chicago, you can come on down, see your favorite pop stars, comic book artists, comic book writers, TV stars. Maybe you'll find my angry ass around somewhere, and then if you touch me, I might just growl at you. But hey, I'll recognize you and say, hey, I just offended Charge. I will think about taking a picture with you. But for real, I'm going to be there. I'm a nobody, but I will be there if you want to say hi. I promise to only bite gently.
What's Tony Schiavone doing there?
There's a lot of wrestler guys there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, this is weird. All right. Yeah, you can find me, your host, Thomas, on Twitter, CSG Thomas on Twitter. Also, email me, thomas@charshot.com. Also, we are doing these live now on YouTube, so you can come on by and type in the chat. Leave a question for us. You can email me or leave it in the chat, and we'll read it on the air.
Do you have the chat up?
I do.
I don't have the chat.
Yeah, there's no one in there, though.
Cool.
Don't tell me how wrong I am live.
Right.
Just to say that, I just wanted. I just didn't know I was supposed to have the chat up.
No, it's okay. I take a look at everything. Yeah, so you can come out, check that out. Comes out we stream this every 9:00 p.m. on Fridays nights because we have nothing better to do with our lives, apparently. Eastern. Yeah. And until then, guys, enjoy your games. Good night.
Bye.
That was awkward.
Boobies.
All right.